Robert just dropped off as we started.
Oops.
God damn
No,
it.
he's here.
Just
No,
like the
he
pickup.
literally just messaged me,
Yep.
message saying that he's in mountain ranges now, so his connection
boy.
just dropped.
Yeah.
So,
Road cake.
whoa, what is that new symbol on Twitch? It says first for Killick 11. I don't know what that actually is. I just saw it, so I'm pointing it out.
Are you
Like an obnoxious person.
are you
Founder.
streaming?
Yeah, we're live.
Only good people get it, actually,
Oh.
Tristan. So, like, I'm glad you could join me on this.
We're live. Actually, I need to change it from the map to. There we go. We're actually live. All right, we're live, everyone. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are questionable role models. Before we get started and go through some of the recap for our players, I just want to say I'm a little sick. I feel like crap still. So I'm not as energetic. I'm sorry. As for everyone else, you know, better bring your fucking A game, guys.
Wow, it's threatening.
Yeah, I know. Sorry. You know, just give me mediocre. That's all I ask for.
That's all I ever give.
All right. And before we get into the intros, let's or not intros, recap. Let's get some introductions out of the way. I will start with the frozen picture of Toby in a massive hat because I still had it saved.
Why didn't you use the picture of Rowan I sent you?
For these ones, I'm gonna use your personal pictures. That's why I asked for personal pictures of these. 'Cause-
Why?
Too bad.
What do I draw for?
Well, no. Your drawings, I'm gonna start putting in the slideshow. Just give me a few more. I'll start putting them in there.
I don't draw Rowan that often.
Well,
Alright.
yeah. Go ahead.
It's fine.
introduce
It's
yourself.
fine. Alright. Anyways, I'm Toby. The reason
Toby.
I am not on camera today is because I am dealing with a lot of anxiety.
And she has a.
And
Oh,
it's
they
a
have a
great
massive-
segue into my character.
Oh yeah, anxiety incarnate.
Yeah.
My anxiety Corbett.
No, I said anxiety incarnate.
Yeah, he is a half-elf assassin that was originally a crow, and he is chock full of anxiety and depression because that's what happens when your identity and your family is ripped away from you in an instant, and you have to now deal with capitalism and other.
You know,
It
you
is
know,
rough.
it hits home, right? It hits home for everyone right now.
I
It
feel like
does.
that'd be a-
It's super relatable.
I feel like that'd be a good book or movie. Capitalism for a Crow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a great title, actually.
yeah, I like it.
I would.
I'm
read
stealing
that.
that.
Trademark it.
TM,
Too late.
TM. It's our time.
You say it 3 times and it's TM.
That's how it works.
Yeah. How else does it work? All right,
Yeah.
we don't know.
Like when you declare bankruptcy, all you do is yell it.
Bankruptcy.
That's how all laws work. You just declare them loud enough.
Yeah, exactly. You know. All right, but instead of getting into politics, let's go on to the next person.
Yes, politics.
Let's. You know, Dylan's giving me an eyebrow, so I'm gonna let Dylan go. Go ahead, Dylan.
Oh, I'm just eyebrow, Pete. There's nothing else here.
You're just eyebrow.
I'm playing a very injured, very concussed water ganassi named Zendori Valur.
Yeah, you're still concussed. I forgot. No one knows
Yeah.
though.
Now we do. Oh, but our
Or-
characters don't. Damn.
Yeah.
Or the main cleric of Helm. Helm doesn't like to help me out a lot.
What?
When has he ever stepped in, Peter?
You never rolled high enough or low enough.
Yeah,
I guess.
exactly. Anyways, she wanted to fight a dragon, like a real dragon, and this was the worst outcome. So she's pretty angry and tired and useless because they flew.
They flew. Oh, the dragon. Yeah, the dragon flew and it had legendary actions. So
And I
basically,
did not take any ranged spells besides slow.
Yeah. And for literally, I think 4 rounds, you did absolutely nothing because the dragon just shit on you. Yeah. Sorry, Dylan. All
That's
right. And it was a clockwork dragon, if those of you guys that are wondering. Next, we have Gia.
Hello.
Gee.
I'm Gia. I'm playing Victor Cannon. He is a Lightborn level 10 fighter, level 1 paladin. Really hoping to level that up at some point so we can do something more than heal someone 5 points once a day, but that's fine.
Ooh, 10.
Yeah, hey.
Ooh, it's some viewers.
Huh?
Go on, sorry.
Yeah, so he is a former actor, and he's really hunky and really dumb.
Hunky and dumb.
Hunky and dumb.
Yeah,
Himbo, as someone referred to him last week.
Yeah.
That's it, I think.
Alright.
Oh, he's rivals with Drake Action, who is our current bad boy.
Yeah, I'm madly in love with Sam.
Oh. Yeah.
Alright. Next we have Ian. Ian, who are you playing?
I'm playing Inspira Megami, sometimes known as Nemesis, and she's just a mad tiefling. She's on the absolute mad line. No, she's a very angry tiefling, Kensei monk, Gloomstalker ranger, and she exists to murder. I was thinking very deeply about her identity earlier, and I feel bad for her. I just feel so bad.
Alright.
I'm dying tonight, so that's all you guys are getting.
Okay. Well, stick around, Ian, you know.
I'm trying. I'm gonna try as best I can, Pete.
Alright, thank you. Next we have Tristan.
Hello, I'm Tristan. I'm currently freezing to death right now, considering that it's been snowing the past week. My character is Michel Eldaran. He is a tiefling. He is College of the Swords bard. He is mischievous, doesn't like following rules, so if one of his party members tells him to do something, he will try to do it in the most unorthodox way. Yeah.
Alright. Thank you for that apt description of Michelle. I don't know what to say. My brain's fried too. Robert.
Great session.
Oh yeah.
I've returned. My signal works again.
Wow!
perfect.
Perfect timing!
Yeah. Go ahead. Describe yourself.
Okay. Well, hello there. I'm Robert. I'm playing Oscar Iron Fist. He's a Battle Rager Barbarian / Hexblade Warlock. And he is in the service of a eldritch god that wants to eat stuff. And right now he's pretty interested in seeing Victor and Drake duke it out, because finally Victor can prove once and for all that he's the better actor and the better fighter and the better guy all around.
Yeah.
And he's a big believer in fighting and surviving those fights to learn and grow and get better from getting punched in the face.
All right.
I had no idea that Oscar was such a fan in. That's nice.
Well, you know, you see Victor get knocked unconscious and rise with his hair aflame once or twice. It sets a tone.
That's true. It's pretty inspiring.
All right. And I am going to be your dungeon master for tonight. Parky.
Yay.
I'm settling with that name.
That's fine.
And that's
Okay,
what I had.
Peter.
That's damn it. That's what I have on the layout. So, you know, Peter or Parky, whatever. It's fine. I should just change it to Peter. I literally used everyone's first name, and I don't know why I did that. I'm gonna change it.
It's your
one day.
nom de DM.
Yeah, whatever. All right. Either way, let's get into some of the recap. Last time, or you guys left off. You left off where you all went to look. You all went to look for a few things, and one of the things was basically a way to stop these clockwork dragons from starting up. Unfortunately, thanks to the actions of Akranak, and you guys attempting to run away from the civilians of that are enthralled by Drake action. You guys didn't succeed in that, and the Clockwork Dragons started to move and operate under the control of Drake action. You then proceeded to retry shutting them off, only to be confronted by the dragons, and you guys fought them. Some people did a lot better than others, as some of you are not attuned to air combat. But you guys managed to defeat not one, but basically 1.5. As after you defeated one of the Clockwork Dragons, the other team that was comprised of your allies that was sent to shut off, that one also made its way over, and it seemed already, injured or damaged or whatnot, but it still made its way over to attack you all, and you ended up taking that one out pretty easily, thanks to Dimitri finally deciding to put in some sort of effort. Dimitri being Rowan's brother, who is a transmuter, some sort of wizard. But all right, so this is where we are. Well, actually, after your fight, Dimitri opened a magical mansion along the side of an alleyway, and you guys entered to rest and gain your hit points back and take a long rest, basically for the night. So this is where we're picking up. In this magical mansion, you're given rooms, and not only that, when you think of something in the mansion of what you might need, it appears. So take it away. This is where you guys are in Dimitri's magical mansion. By the way, it sounds so ridiculous when I say it out loud. I'm realizing it just sounds more and more fucking fantasy.
Sounds like a really ghetto Russian nightclub.
Yeah.
I think this is. I feel like. Oh God. No, I feel like this is why Morton Kane went with Magnificent.
No, it definitely is.
May I ask a quick question?
Yes.
Discord isn't working on my laptop, so I just checked it on my phone real quick to see if I was missing any important chatter. Why did you post a link to Dion's Runaround Sue in our D&D chat, Peter? Just because you love it so much?
No, because I told them recently that I've been on a Dion kick, and they went Celine Dion. I was like, no, actually, it's the other Dion. And I had to be like, check it out.
Oh my god.
Hey.
I'm so happy. This is so funny.
I know,
I'm
Gia loves
sorry.
it.
I mean, I like Dion, and I got it, Peter, into Dion,
I
but I didn't know you were now sharing it amongst our friends. Like, everyone get on this hot new kick, a guy from 1961. Okay, sorry, that's just extremely good. Okay.
Go on.
Hey, Pete, do I have to roll a con save because I fell unconscious again?
Well, if that's the case, if we're doing that, I would, but I forgot for like 4 people. So you guys got off lucky, and no lingering injury tables will be rolled from last session because, well, I dropped the ball. That's the DM.
Yay,
Alright.
big error in our favor.
Collect $200.
DM, pick me. DM, pick me.
You guys go. Take it away. I
Yeah.
told you guys to take it
I
away.
know, I'm sorry. I just had to ask about that, because that's funny.
It's fine.
So, once Dimitri makes a mansion, everyone steps in. Michelle hesitates for a second, pulls out a wire, and just messages Loston. Are you guys okay? We just fought some clockwork dragons. You want to take one apart with me?
Pete, was that dragon injured because of Loston's party?
Do you want me to tell you?
Well, I mean, if I'm gonna roleplay this properly, I need to know.
Well, Lost is can't reply.
Gotcha.
Whoa. Does
The number you were trying to dial is out of service.
Not in service.
Dylan, do you know what happened to Loston?
No.
No, I didn't tell him on purpose.
Wow, rude.
I walk into the mansion and look for Inspira and or Zan.
You see me crawling on the floor, bleeding.
Okay.
Well-
Inspira?
Yes. I just imagine like Inspiris watching Zan like bleeding and crawling around. Yes.
Yeah, I feel like I
Um,
would be there, not just letting you do that, but
Bro, I feel like I'd be fighting off like I can do it myself.
actually, yeah.
Don't think I have good news. Loston and his party, I tried sending a message and they haven't responded.
Did you send it to? That would be a lot of magic to send it to all of them. Did you just try contact Loston?
Just Loston.
He's kind of tiny. I mean, I imagine he's relatively brittle.
He's never ignored
Brittle.
one of my messages before.
Yes, no, I'm operating under the same assumption that you have. Mine's probably just a little bit worse. Are you suggesting a reconnaissance mission?
Yes.
All right. Well, I'll pack my bags and I'll be right there. And she literally just turns around and then turns back. All right, I'm ready.
Oh, that doesn't take long.
No, I don't have much.
I see. It's probably best if...
Hey, before you leave, Michelle, can you
Yeah?
maybe spare some healing for Zan, who's crawling around bleeding on the floor?
I'm fine. This is nothing.
Yeah, you treat those wounds. Who's boss, Zan?
I'm flexing as hard as I can.
Oh god.
I'm out of spells.
Okay, guess I'll lay on hands, do my great trick of 5 whole
No, save that
points.
for later. Let's go to our room. No, that was a joke. I get my
I
own
wish
room.
that was sexier. Out. The context is wrong. Okay. Because you're dying.
It's great that that Victor has to specify.
He's dumb.
This
Alright.
internal monologue.
Yeah. Okay. Well, fine, but I'm still gonna try to heal you.
I guess.
You guess? Do you not want to be
Yeah.
healed?
No, it's fine. Just do your thing.
I'm gonna just pick her up and
Okay.
take her to the room.
I'm going to take off my backpack and leave it in the mansion. I am only going to bring myself my shield, dagger, and a healing potion.
Interesting.
Real quick question: Are we? This is directly afterwards to that short rest we
No, you guys
apply.
didn't get to take a short rest then.
We're doing the
Gotcha.
rest
I'm
stuff now.
trying to remember. I think I definitely used Hunter's Mark at least once
On the dragon.
on the dragon. Yeah.
And then you got tarred. And then I don't know if you rolled for concentration or not.
No, I didn't end up using Zephyr Strike. No, did I use it? I used Zephyr Strike. Okay, so I definitely only have one spell slot left. All right, cool. Sorry, it was just me trying to figure out what's up.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, this is the time where we can take a long rest, right?
Oh yes, the time you could take a long rest.
Yeah,
Okay.
as
Because
Michelle.
I already did last time. I did all the rolling and everything.
Yeah,
so-
and Michelle and Inspiro are actually going to go out to look for the second
Right.
party, the Loston and his crew.
You could say they're lost and soon to be found.
soon to be found.
Oh.
In Inspira, lets Michelle know. Listen, Michelle, if we get into a situation, I am out of key and I have one spell to my name.
I have-
If we take maybe an hour, I can get that key back.
Do you think we have time?
Mm,
If they're dead or if they're not awake, I don't expect them to be there for long. An hour
Think of it-
means they're gone.
Think of it this way: if something took them out, you have no spells. I have one spell that is probably just my running away spell.
I lied. I have 2 spells.
Oh,
I'm not going out
Always-
on a mission without zero spells. That's
all right. Well, I can operate like this if it comes down to it, but
Okay.
we have to be prepared to run if we face something that presumably will overpower us.
Oh,
If
And
If
as you're
you're-
looking at
you know,
Michelle, he's quite exhausted. There's cuts all over him. He's not looking so well.
Yeah, not only that, you have tar still stuck to you in places, and you have
Mhm.
like parts of your flesh are kind of burned from the boiling, bubbling tar that was spilled on you guys.
It's the most effort we've seen Michelle put in a fight ever. Wow.
Yeah, no one gave him props for it.
Props.
You know me. You guys are always telling me to run off willy nilly. I guess. Do you want to maybe not run off? Because you look kind of beat to shit, man.
I don't think we have time.
Michelle!
What?
You fucking suck. Love you.
As you feel your body being invigorated by those love-hate words, you heal
I
for
don't know how I feel about that, Zan.
12 points
Healing
of damage.
and hurting.
No,
In one
Also, Victor, can you carry me to Michelle real quick?
Okay, fine.
Okay. When I get to you, Michelle, I'm gonna put my hand on your shoulder, like, just don't fucking die without me there.
I'll try not to.
Alright, cool. Take me to bed, Victor.
Oh, God, okay.
Poor Victor.
he's gonna be looking for a cold shower after this.
Yeah, the innuendos. Okay.
And I don't know about you, Oscar, but I don't think you have lost 2 or 3 of your best friends in the past year. I'm not willing to lose Lawson. This
Oh my
is
god.
this is too much for me.
I mean,
We'll get back to
Wait.
this when I come back, Oscar, okay? I know you're lost for words, but
It's sorry. I want to explain to anyone that's watching. If there's anyone watching right now, because Robert's driving through the mountains and he's still trying to play with us through his phone and Discord, which is great. I appreciate it, but it's just so funny.
I've never seen Oscar so beaten up before.
he's emotionally hurt right now. Okay.
That was like Eldritch dial-up right there.
Yeah.
His patron just tried to connect with like blur.
Oh god.
That was amazing.
All right. So Michelle and wait, this is the wrong music I had going for a long time. All right. So Michelle and who's Inspira are headed out to find Losted and his crew, which consist of let me just get it right.
Would you like me to name them all for you, Peter?
Wait, I have it somewhere.
You sure about that?
Why not?
Are you
Oh,
sure about
no.
that?
If
Did you write it down?
I do. Willow, Solon, Errol, Streaks, Farai, and Kulutar.
What happened to Rillum?
Oh, I guess one of them's wrong. I think Solon's wrong. I'll fix this later. God damn it. All right.
you see Lost. You just cut to Lawson, who's just like passed out on the ground. What the fuck? Stop getting their names wrong.
All right. So you guys leave the Magnificent Mansion. The rest of you all, what are you doing in the mansion?
Well,
I am in my
Yep.
death throes with Victor.
no, you're not. I'll do
The throws of death.
I'll do the lay on hands, so you'll get 5 points right there.
In
Oh,
bed.
thanks. Victor, lay your hands on.
Oh God. Okay, yep.
All right.
Okay, Zach's gonna take that long rest.
The power of Helm
Compels you.
tells you to heal for 5 points.
Okay. So you heal for 5 points. You're gonna take a long rest. Victor, are you taking a long rest?
Yeah, I thought that's what we jumped into because I basically did all that stuff last time. So.
Okay. Rowan and Oscar just DC'd because he's driving to the mountains. Rowan, you're just taking a bath then?
Yeah, he went and found a bath.
Okay.
He went and found a bath long before this conversation happened.
Yeah. Like first thing you did when entering the mansion, when Dimitri when you realize how it works, you're like, bath time, done. Got
He's
it.
gonna come back and everybody's gonna be gone.
Yeah, I know.
Oops.
All right, Inspira and Michelle, you guys duck out into the alleyway. And
It's just Guardian Spirit's like, for the record, I still think this is a very bad idea.
Oh.
But
I'm with you.
and it's when you guys were out fighting the dragon, it was eerily quiet, and it still kind of is. But you start hearing footsteps and people kind of returning to the streets here or there, either leaving their houses or coming from streets afar or coming across the bridge to the north that connects this island to some of the others. They're starting to fill the streets again, but a lot of them seem to be headed in the direction to the east. As for you guys, You know that the other group technically had to go across the bridge, which is open space, and then with no cover. They took a boat underneath, like a small boat, and across it that way under the bridge, so it's less noticeable. But you have no way of acquiring a boat at the moment unless you're willing to talk to them.
Do we? Give me a second. I might have
You
one.
might have something with your.
No. Why do you not have a damn boat on this thing? Come
It
on.
didn't come with one.
That's true. Damn it, Lawston.
It's like a loot box.
So, what time of day is it, by the way?
It is. I would say it's a little after 3-ish, about. You know.
Okay. So, what's your plans on getting across this? Any idea?
Well, had I focused more on my studies, I believe I could probably just run across this, but that doesn't help. Pete, if I had to guess, like how long is this bridge?
It's quite long. The islands themselves, there's a huge amount of space between them, but they're connected by these long, wide bridges, mostly used for, travel and multiple carts a day, like in either side. And like I said, there's no real place to hide through there, and I think they designed this on purpose, kind of like that. As for the people that are walking around, they're normal folks, they're civilians. And as for, when you guys are in the alley, some of them, you're not really, none of you said you were like hiding or anything. So as some of them are walking by you, they just take a quick glance, but they don't really say anything, Some of them give you a look, like a questionable look on why you guys are just gaggled in the alleyway.
So as we're looking, she's like, I'm guessing this is probably too far for a dimension door.
I wish I had that spell.
Well,
The most I can do is make one of us invisible.
my God.
Let's not do that. Pete, are there any carts going by?
Yeah, at this point you guys would see that even some of the carts are returning to the scene as to the streets, as there's a few carts being pushed or pulled around by horses and people.
Mish, do you think you're sneaky enough to jump in the back of a cart with me without anyone noticing?
Could probably do it.
It's worth a shot. You're good at bribery, right? We could always bribe them too if it comes worse.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to assume that Drake has eyes and ears everywhere, and wherever we're at, he's 10 steps ahead, albeit
Would you
shakily
like me to
planned.
change my appearance?
I can change my appearance too. Actually, honestly, that might actually. That's a spell though. I'm not
It's my weakest spell.
trying to drop one of my spells on this. My last. Well, I know. Hopefully, we won't threaten suicide with this. I mean, if we do get outnumbered, there are 2 happy little pups, which exist inside this wonderful cape of yours.
Yep.
But I mean, I say, if we see a nice opportunity, we stealthily try to infiltrate someone's cart and stealthily exfiltrate.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
Okay. So what do you guys
We're
think?
gonna-
Wait by the bridge, I guess.
Okay, so
yeah,
you guys
yes,
make your way
well-
all the way to the bridge from the alleyway? Just like walk around till you
I wasn't sure where we're at. For some reason, I just imagined we were underneath the bridge. And we're
No,
like, all right,
no,
this
no.
fucking
You
sucks,
guys
we'll be
are
right back."
in the alleyway next to the rail, like the chain kind of fence that drops to the kind of underside of the island, like the side of the island that's kind of the safety part where don't go
From-
down there.
From where we're at, is there something that I can see that looks like a nice, like almost like a Metal Gear Solid type? Like, oh yeah, that's the cart we need to get in. That's the game design.
And not only that, when there would be a cart or two, but when you look out, the first thing you realize that the people are moving these giant clockwork dragon frames and bodies away, and even people that don't look like they are kind of trained to do that are just kind of doing these roles, you know?
Drake's people.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
So if you guys want to kind of sneak onto a cart, give me a check. Otherwise,
well, think of it this way, Mish. If this fails, we get out of here. Just keep on your toes, and no undue risks other than this. Follow my lead. Stay quiet.
okay. So give me stealth checks, please. All right, 24 and 14.
Damn, 11,
Or
dude. That's
17.
amazing.
Okay.
You're stealthier than I am.
I'm a stealthy boy.
All right. So as a cart is going by, you can see that it has a tarp covering what's behind it. So you use, and it's not fully strapped down, so the back is kind of flapping a bit, and you use that as an opportunity to just kind of jump in and try to sneak on. You guys jumped on and make your way into the cart. As it gets to the bridge, though, it hooks a right instead of a left onto the bridge. What are you guys doing?
And Spare just kind of looks at this point frustrated, and she's in her mind she's reciting her oath not to just murder random civilians.
I'm going to try to peek my head out of the tarp to see if there's many people on this bridge.
There's not as many people as you thought, but there are some, you know, and they seem to be going about their normal business from what you can tell. They're you know, from a quick glance, no one seems to be like pitchforks out, you know, like wanted posters of you guys, like nothing like that. You know, they're going about their day. A few people are actually trying to like set up small shops along the side of the bridge, which you guys would be accustomed to at this point, or getting back to, you know, getting their city, or not the city, the shops going again, because they were left abandoned during all your fighting with the dragon and stuff like that for some reason. And,
What's in the cart that we're in?
Potatoes.
Do you want to try to make a run for it?
And not a lot, just a few.
It's really like picks up a potato and is just like thinking about just yeeting it through the things. It's just, I mean, I think this is a terrible idea, but
You're more than welcome to turn around.
I'm not letting you do this by yourself. She's like, would it be a more terrible idea? And she's obviously saying this low. Would it be a more terrible
The cart's
idea?
getting farther and farther away from the bridge right now.
Would it be a more terrible idea to stick this guy up and have him go? Screw it, let's go. And Spirit just like flips out of the back of the cart.
Okay, you
Just
guys
angrily.
Follow suit.
Yeah, you guys jump out from the back, and are you making a mad dash across the bridge as fast as you guys can?
No, and Spirit's
Oh,
gonna
like
try
casually?
it to nonchalant.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys just kind of casually start walking, you know, trying to blend in with the other normal folks.
Think of it, if there's a way to do a stealth charisma check, this is what that would be in my
yeah,
And that-
I would say
I know
a
there's no way to
performance
actually do
check.
that.
I would say a performance check. Because you're trying to blend in with the average folk. And it's not densely populated, so at the current moment, so it's not stealth. All right, yeah.
I'm taking your lead on this.
Like, you guys don't look nervous, you know, you're not doing this weird walk. You guys are just calmly walking down the streets. Every once in a while, you're, you know, glancing at some of the others, and a lot of them don't seem to mind you. A few of them look your way, but, and a few, like, of the merchants that have finally set up shop here, they're trying to, like, goad you over, you know, it's like, you know, look at my wares, look at these beautiful things, you know, buy, you know, stuff like that. And it just feels like a normal, oddly normal day, because a few moments ago it was not. And the remaining bits of that encounter are being whisked away by the normal populace, which is definitely odd. And
Do you know what, Inspira?
Yes.
I hate this. This is terrible.
You know-
You get used to strange situations like this. Although I have to say, I'm used to most people just danger coming at me from any time from a normal person. The fact that there's someone pulling these people's strings is weird. It's weird.
I'm taking a lot of, you know, you guys are brown nosing here, and I love it.
I'm
Either way, you guys make it across the bridge fine, but one thing catches you guys off guard for a moment. There is a clockwork guard and a clockwork watchman, the smaller and the big one, just standing at the edge of the side of the bridge, acting like normal human guards. You realize where the human guards were stationed, or the humanoid guards were stationed, which were the bridgeways and stuff. They are no longer there. They're all replaced by these clockwork versions of them.
it's good we didn't blow our disguise spells.
Yep.
And when you get
because they would've
there,
been useless.
you know, they don't seem to notice you. They don't seem to react to you. You know, you guys were pretty close and walking by, and you guys did try to put a few people, but you're not sure if they just didn't realize you guys were there or whatnot, but they don't seem to have noticed you.
You see, like you have like, you know, when you're working out and some people have like their heart monitors connected, you just see Michelle's heart rate just go up to like
Yeah.
140, 150. Oh god, oh god.
Keep in mind this like Inspira, like just trying to keep her cool, is like talking on one side of her mouth as she goes like to Misha's, but she was like, keep in mind this might be a trap.
I'm panicking. I'm panicking.
Okay.
Keep your
Um,
cool as Levistus.
As you guys are making your way, I need you guys to think of if you remember where these guys went. And both of you give me a survival check to see if you guys can find the way on the other island where the second Tinker's Guild was finishing up.
I was about to say I was going to
Damn.
inspire you.
23. You want to
Oh,
inspire
actually,
her?
wait. No.
Inspire her?
I was going to do it
Uh,
anyway, so might as well.
I'm just asking.
I actually believe I have, one second. I might have for a record, once we get to, once we've been traveling for an hour, all of my ranger shit kicks in, because this is my favorite terrain.
Yeah, okay. So it's going to take a while for you to get there, so I'll say it'll kick in towards the end.
Yeah.
After we cross the bridge. Okay, Inspira.
Okay.
Not gonna lie, I completely forgot where they told me they were going.
But Inspira remembers, even though Ian doesn't think he was ever privy to that information.
No, and I did not tell you guys kind of on purpose, so we could keep it fair.
Yeah.
All right. So, you, Inspira, you know, you do remember Don noting a few places that they could hide or run off to
Mhm.
if things go south, you know, because he plans for that kind of shit. And you could, you know, you remember being impressed with the Don being relatively very informed about his city, or how he calls it his city. But then that kind of sparks your memory of where exactly this location is. And you start making your way through the streets, and you actually start using some of the alleyways that you remember very clearly while you were out kind of finding information out for the Dawn, and you bring Michelle along. And I'm still using your guys' performance checks to get there. As you weave through the streets, you eventually get to what looks like a secondary large hangar. There are people around of all types of races. There's a few gnomes nearby the hangar that seem to be attempting to clean up some of the broken doors that seem to have occurred when the clockwork dragon got loose. I need you guys. What are you guys doing here?
I'm trying to see. So this is where.
What's your
oh,
passive
is it-
perceptions, by the way?
19.
What?
19.
Worse than his.
Okay, Michelle, you would clearly see a few signs of, like, without taking a close enough look, you would see a few signs that there was a fight here or nearby here, for sure. As there's, like scratch marks, burn marks, tar that hasn't fully been, swept clean or removed.
Inspira, you see the tar right there? See it's
Yes.
still a little bit smoldering? Yeah, there's some fighting going on here.
Hmm.
We're close.
There. whatchamafface it? Oh, she wouldn't know anything about Rillum, otherwise she'd be able to. Fuck. Okay. I just realized Rillum falls into my favorite enemies territory, so I could track him easier. But no, it's lost. I know what we're looking for. Just looking around, so there was smoking from the tower, sign of a struggle. That cattail that just walked in front of Dylan. Is there?
Do you think they're near this hangar, or do you think they ran away from here?
If they're not answering, maybe they're dead in the hangar. Is there, Pete? Is there a place around where it looks like maybe like a vantage point that, like anything, an easier way up from the street so we could like get like a higher view?
There's a wide street in front of this hangar. You guys are on the other side of the street, in an alleyway that you guys kind of poked your head out of, and this is what you guys saw. The buildings next to you, on the left and right of you, they're quite tall. You know, one's 2-story, the other one's 3-story, with what looks like there's even like a little tower structure attached to it. So the 3rd-story one goes up to 4th in that area. But otherwise, you could hear people inside. They are occupied.
Unless you have an easy way in either.
There's people along the streets in front of you too. That wide street in front of you.
And Spira like leans back. She's like, "Well, unless you have an easy way into either of these buildings here, I don't know if we can get a good vantage from here, and we're pretty exposed if we go out there."
Just make sure you're not looking at this hangar for too long. Might be suspicious.
Yeah. Here's an idea in case we get split up, and you can get mad at me later. She pulls off 2 patches. She hands a. She's just stop being so dramatic. I realize it's in your whole shtick, but and she's gonna give I believe it's a silvered mirror, a steel mirror. She's gonna hand 1 steel mirror to each, and she's gonna hold on to 1 herself. She's like, you can use these to try and signal each other. They're light. Just bounce it around a little bit. I read about it in a novel once. I've always been wanting to try it, but she pockets it. She's like, well, if we get separated, we'll just try and.
Sounds good to me.
I don't have really a way to get up here. Again, I'm out of juice.
I feel ya.
Okay.
I've got.
The door to the hangars are wide open because they are broken. They are cleaning up some of the glass and twisted metal off the streets right now. Some of the gnome tinkers that are working there.
Are there any like guards around?
There are a few clockwork watchmen, like the smaller ones. Not a clockwork guards though.
Are there any parked caravans?
You mean parked? Like left carts out?
Carts, yeah.
There's a few, you know. A lot of them are fully loaded with supplies and stuff like that. And some of them seem to be coming in more. Like a few are just kind of pulling themselves near, and then you can see one of the gnomes kind of directing them to the side for a different way for them to get in. And you realize it's fully kind of manufactured plates of some kind, or you could see what looks like a similar canister to what Agranak picked up super easily, which he thought was interesting because it was just so light. But there's a few of those kind of stacked. There's 1 or 2 of those kind of stacked. You can see what looks like a 1 cart, and this one's kind of covered, but there's a large metal like part of a claw that's just kind of hanging out the back that you guys can clearly see.
And are these carts leaving as well?
No, they're entering. They're entering.
Yeah.
And they're being funneled towards a specific side of the factory.
Okay. But when they get when they're filled up, they're not leaving?
There's a few that are leaving, but it seems like more right now they're trying to direct people, or they're trying to clear up the area and get supplies in as they are just arriving.
Well, I'm gonna go check on some of these carts that are planning. Just seeing if they might pile some bodies in there.
Okay. I can stick kind of close to you. Real quick question, Michelle. my dossier is going a little fuzzy just with everything that's going. What was your bardic focus? What are you? Are you a singer? Are you a dancer? I know you do performances and whatnot, but
Well, I pull out my dagger. I just use my weapon. Is that not normal? That's how I've learned. Well, I did learn on the what was it called? The fiddle at first. But
Okay.
slowly but surely, when I just got more comfortable with weapons, it just became second nature to me.
All right. Well, that blows my idea. Never mind.
Bless you.
Bless
Thank you. Well, so we got those carts over there. I mean, I guess we can both. If you feel more comfortable sneaking by yourself, I can keep watch here.
Either or works.
I'll keep watch. You sneak over to the carts and just flash. If they're in there, dead, flash twice. Or not dead. Or if they're in there, flash twice. If they're not, flash once.
Okay.
Okay. So you're gonna try to get onto, or
I am first going into an alley, jumping a random guy, grabbing his cloak, putting his cloak on, and then sneaking in.
okay. So there's not really a lot of people in the alleyways, but so as someone's walking by, nearby the alley, quickly grab him and try to pull him in. I need you to give me a I'll say an attack roll.
If I can, I'd like to grab the back of the neck and try to push him to the ground. Hopefully, knock him out.
Okay, I'll say if I'll ask for an attack roll, and if that's good, I'll give you a bonus on the grapple check.
Okay.
Or you might knock him out right away.
This will be
With your-
-1. Or
Yeah.
with dagger? Yeah.
Okay, and you're trying to
27
knock him out, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you grab him by the arm, pull him in, and as you pull him in and kind of push his arm away, you take the other part of the dagger and hit him in the back of the neck and shoulder area, and it knocks him out cold. And you quickly drag his body into the alleyway, and start pulling off his cloak to dress up as.
Is this within Spirit watching? That she's just
Yeah.
Is this?
You saw me walk into an alley, and then you saw me walk out with a new cloak that I never had before.
You know, I could just make you one of those.
Why didn't you tell me?
I didn't know you were going to just jump some random guy.
And we're gonna come back to you guys because this is starting to get a little interesting. All right. Now, for those of you guys that are in the mansion, what are you doing? Just letting you know, Agronac's in there too. He is contemplating about something. You can see he's thinking pretty hard, and he's also kind of while he's thinking, he's kind of playing with the large tank that's the size of him that he was able to lift easily, but now it seems a lot heavier, and he's kind of set it aside.
Zan is currently passed out right now.
Okay.
Victor is resting, but also, I guess I have to take a long rest. So yeah, I'm resting.
Okay. So you're resting
I guess.
alongside Zan.
Yeah.
Okay. Rowan, what about you?
I guess I'll relax in the tub
Okay.
for a bit.
All right.
It's a me day.
It's just spa time.
Okay. So you guys are just gonna relax and do your thing. That means we could just go back to Michelle and
But
Spirit.
wait, Park.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I was gonna say, Pete. You know the Duke's been here for 10 minutes, right?
What?
It's been a little longer than that.
Yeah.
I thought you were just
Whoa.
waiting for a more tactical time to bring me in.
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry, Duke. I forgot that you can actually.
Bro, my name's on the screen, Park. Agranac Scarfist, Duke, all in caps.
I have that in the background because I have to have a lot of other windows in the foreground.
I know,
Oh,
Park.
sorry.
It's okay.
Okay. Well, if
Hey
that's the
guys.
Hey.
Hey, Duke.
case, if that's the case, Duke, you know, what do you do while you're doing that? While I start setting up some stuff because now I have a lot more work to do.
Well, I'm toying with that thing. It's heavier than it seemed before.
Yeah, like it's starting to get heavier, and then it eventually gets to the point where it's almost hard to like just pick up, and it's still getting heavier.
Anyone have Lawson's number? Is there some way I can break this thing open?
You can try. There are twisted pipes that kind of come out of it that have broken apart. You can try to like, you know, tell me how
There's
you
pipes
want.
that come out of it.
Yeah.
Is there like is that sealed? The spot in which the pipe comes out.
No. Those parts are open.
So it's not just like a pipe that's like part of the canister on the side, like it's in there.
Yeah. Most of the pipes that are going in or out of the canister, they're going in and out of the canister. The canister is definitely holding something in these pipes, or fueling something in it, or fueling something out of it. You know.
Could I
They're not-
sniff the end of one of the pipes?
Yeah. Maybe a bit like. There's a slight, almost I would say almost a brimstone-y smell to it.
Burning,
Yeah.
or like something was burned.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's not pleasant.
I'd like to. I don't know how heavy it is now. Sort of tip it and like gently get it on the ground.
Okay. Yeah. It kind of like. Well, actually, give me an athletics check, with advantage, because you can deal with things that are a lot heavier and
Yes.
bigger than you.
Yes, I can. Don't
Okay.
y'all forget it.
All right. Yeah, you managed to kind of like, without, dropping it too hard or anything, you just kind of lay it on its side and tilt it up, so you're only lifting one end of it now, and the other end is on the ground. And you realize as you're doing that, it's gotten a lot heavier. Whatever it was doing, it's not doing. It's doing a lot less.
All right. I'm gonna grab one of the pipes,
Okay.
preferably one towards the center.
All right.
Can I put my fingers in whatever hole that pipe's coming out of?
Yeah.
This is gonna get weird, folks.
Yeah. You put your finger in there.
And I'd like to use the pipe as a sort of lever to try and crack this thing open.
Okay. So like, you're gonna try to take the pipe and kind of twist it and break it apart.
Like use it to force the bottom half, if you would, of the canister down, and then with my other hand try to wrench it open.
Oh, okay. Give me another athletics check. Just a flat one though.
All right.
That's a 17. Yeah, you take your finger, you start pulling away at it, and you hear some of the metal kind of creak and bend and twist out of form. And as you pull it apart, you can see, with a bit of light shining into the cracks, there is a large rock in there. It looks almost not, what am I trying to say? It looks almost like sky bluish in color, and has a slightly like, it's opaque from what you can tell, and it's not like carved like a gem or anything. It's pretty rugged, but there's a large rock in there.
I'd like to take the rock out.
It's
like a
large.
big rock?
Like the container, the canister is literally meant to just encase this thing. How big the canister is, that's how big the rock is. It's almost as big as Boulder.
Can I try to chisel a piece off of it?
Do you have masonry tools?
I don't have masonry tools, but can I ask somebody for a dagger?
Okay. I mean, I don't know.
I mean,
who- I don't know
Well-
who's there.
I do have knuckles. Can my fist fit in there? I told you it was going to get weird.
Fist it.
Hmm.
Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-dum,
Get you
da-da,
all
da-dum.
on in there.
I would say
Missed it
no.
real good.
I would say no. Not yet. You would need like better tools or like someone really just going away at this for a couple hours to get it wide enough for you to try to break a piece off using your gauntlets or not your gauntlets, your hands basically.
I think I'll go to bed instead.
Okay.
I got this thing open. We just been through a lot.
Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to do two things now. Is Ian back? Because we were just about to go back to him, unless somebody wanna speak up.
As I'm doing my long rest, I'm gonna start drawing a picture.
Okay.
In your sleep?
No, like it's gonna be like I'm just laying there to start because I want this idea to go.
Okay.
And you see this like really shit. I'll send you the picture in like 2 seconds. You see this like really shitty picture of some armor I'm trying to like blueprint out, and it looks like a child is drawing it.
Are you doing this in paint?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey Vic, do you think that smart gnome guy could build this for me?
Probably.
Okay. How's it look?
Did you send it to me?
Not yet. One sec.
Oh. It looks good. It's better than my drawing. You're pretty good at drawing, I think.
Well, you know, I am an artiste, so.
Yeah, for sure.
I can't
Fine.
wait
Okay.
for it to be like really bad.
My artistry is, acting and fighting, I guess.
And mine is clearly in my drawing.
Yeah.
Alright.
Zayan,
Artiste.
do you think that I can beat Drake tomorrow?
I mean, obviously.
Well, thank you, but do you think I should try to prepare something special?
I mean, I'm sure you should practice. I'm gonna be like casting spells on you before you go in too, so like, don't worry.
Yeah, I mean, I thought I would do like some more push-ups and stuff in the morning, my normal calisthenics, but
Don't overdo yourself.
that's true. I mean, I do need to save my strength, but I also want to look fit and intimidating. But I don't know. I mean, he might be a vampire or something. He's definitely magical.
Okay, well, I will bless your weapon again.
Okay.
And then I'll see what else I can pull out of my spells for you. But I think you'll do fine. He seems like more of a douche
He definitely
than a
is.
fighter. Yeah.
But he has been pretty powerful. As much as
Yeah,
I
that's
hate
because
to
other
admit it.
people's doing the work for him. You got a dragon to fight you.
Yeah,
How
that's
small
true.
your penis must be to have a whole fucking 2 dragons fight you.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Should I roll a penis check?
Huh? A
We don't
penis
need to.
check on Drake?
Yeah.
We
You know.
already know.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't really know what he's capable of. Mano a mano.
I'm sure you'll do fine. I'll be right by your side.
Okay. Thank you.
I sent you the picture.
I have it now, yes.
Is it
has-
bad?
It's the spelling is more concerning. To be honest.
Okay.
Wings, armor,
Wings armor.
Drogon gears.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, this looks great, San, and all the words seem to be spelled right as far as I can tell, so that's always good.
Thanks.
Too.
I've been practicing.
Yeah, you've gotten so much better.
Boone used to teach me to sound it out before I wrote it down, so
Wait.
Seems
Let
like
me
you did it right.
let me just do this real quick while you guys are doing that and
Do what?
get this beautiful image loaded onto the stream
Oh,
for just a moment.
okay.
For just a moment. You know. All right, we can continue.
Beautiful. Really good.
Oh my god. All right. Sorry. Okay. Is anyone in the mansion side wanting to do anything specific?
I think after that conversation, that's when I hit the bed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm still setting up a few things just to finish doing it over here. All right. So going back to Inspira and Michelle. Michelle, you have this cloak of a stranger that you knocked out.
Yep.
All right. What are you doing?
Well, I'm just gonna casually walk in, act like I belong. Maybe I should like hold something in my hand. I should like bring something in, like
Since
like
there is a lot of
loading
people just
carts.
kind of going in and out and about right now. So
Yeah.
do with that info what you will.
Yeah, I'm just gonna watch this in Spear, and I'm just gonna walk in casually and just start loading, just like everyone else is.
Wait, start loading what?
Carts, just like everyone else.
Okay,
is.
so you're just gonna
Just
go in and like pretend you fit along
Yep.
with everyone and just kind of
Yeah.
like help
And
them.
Spear is
Yeah.
watching this intently.
Okay.
And
From
while I'm
the
doing
shadow.
this, I
Give-
am just looking around, seeing if there's anything noticeable.
Give me a performance check with advantage. I like that. I like it.
25.
Okay, 25.
The other one was a nat one.
All right. So yeah, no one seems to be minding. A few people are like, as you hand them stuff to kind of move along, and move some of the debris out of the way. They're thanking you. Some
Yeah.
people hand you some stuff to move around to. But the thing is, as you look around and you're looking for what bodies of your
I'm
allies.
looking for if there's any noticeable like blood or the scraping
Alright.
marks, if there was blood around those and stuff like that.
Give me an investigation check.
12. Ooh.
Okay. 12. Since you're trying to fit in, it's a little hard to kind of like focus as you're trying to like focus on little bits and pieces. Someone comes over, it's like, no, that has to go over there,
Oh,
like the
sorry.
and interrupts you, your investigation. But one of the things that is clearly noticeable, yes, blood and or like you see what looks like parts of the tar that they're trying to rip off from off the ground. You can see what looks like somebody or a few people getting coated in that area, as they're trying, like outlines of them basically, as if they were knocked out on the ground and then tar was thrown, that kind of stuff. So
Is everyone just doing their own stuff, or is like someone somewhat commanding people to do stuff?
there's actually one person that seems to be in charge,
Okay.
but they're more busy with working right now, and they haven't like given you much direction. Like they did correct you once or twice, but
Okay.
nothing
As
specific.
As I'm like help working, I'm slowly gonna make my way over to him, keeping my face out of vision of him, and just say, "Does the blood need to be cleaned up?" Lifting stuff in the carts.
What's called? He would be like, no, just first get all the debris and the tar, and then we'll worry about washing away the blood. All right.
Shouldn't we just keep the blood with where the bodies are?
They already
Keep
took
it
the
all in-
bodies. What are you talking about?
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
Who the hell are you? As he takes a look, turns around to look at where you like who you are, and you're not looking at him. You said, right?
Yeah.
What are you doing when he says who the hell are you?
With one hand trying to carry something, I'm gonna try to sneakily do disguise self with my other hand.
Oh, give me
Just
a
so I
sleight
can
of hand check. There are
Okay.
clockwork watchmen around.
Yeah.
I need to turn off this Sans.
That's a nat 20.
Okay, yeah. As he turns around, by the time he turns around, you actually finish casting the spell. And disguise self is, what are the components? Verbal,
It's verbal and somatic.
verbal, and somatic. So you mutter under your breath. You do the somatic components with one of your hands, and you manage to cast it in time. And you seem to have deceived him.
Yeah.
However, you casting an illusion spell on yourself has garnered the attention, it seems like, with the pass precision 19 of the Clockwork Watchmen as they start to walk towards your direction. What are you doing?
Is there any cards need to be taken here?
Yeah, just take that one. That one's already filled. Where's
Okay.
the driver? It's fine. Just
Yep.
take it to, and he tells you a what sounds like a location, like a street,
Okay.
a cross section of a street, but you have no idea where that is in the town.
Okay. I am going to quickly get into the cart, drop my disguised self, and try to get to the cart going before the golems.
The Clockwork Watchman get to you.
Yeah.
Okay. You jump on. You give me an animal handling check.
Okay, buddy. Not like blue, but let's do this, okay?
As you go, yeah, and they just nothing.
Jesus Christ.
As
I'm
the
sorry.
Clockwork Guards are, getting closer and
Yeah.
closer to you, what are you doing?
I grab out my dagger. And I just slash the hind leg of one of them just enough so a little blood appears and they get a jolt of pain.
Okay, so like,
at least they get going.
yeah, okay.
I don't
I
care
would say
where.
give me an intimidation check with advantage.
For fuck's sakes. And I'm just saying this all in Elvish. No, that's a 12.
It's a 12.
Yeah.
Uh,
You said with advantage?
yeah, with advantage.
12. Yeah.
I don't see it, so.
I rolled an 8 and a 12.
Oh, connection's been interrupted. No wonder I don't see it. Okay. Well, while my connection hopefully comes back. And
Yeah,
hopefully-
mine's doing that too.
Hopefully the stream doesn't drop. All right. So, a 12. Yeah, it's enough. The horse kind of rears up for a moment. The clockwork what's it called? The Clockwork Watchmen get to you, and as they are about to, apprehend you of sorts.
Yep.
The cart jolts forward. You kind of like get knocked into the back of your seat, and it just starts taking off. As Inspira, you watch all this happen.
Yeah.
It takes the attention of all the Clockwork Watchmen, and they all start chasing after at full speed. And these things can move faster than you realize. As Michelle is losing them, but they're going down the street pretty quickly. And
You
as
said
he-
they took all of their attention.
Yep, all 10.
Cool. So all 10 of the guardsmen them go. Inspira just kind of looks at the guard going and look at Michelle going. Was that the? Oh, I love your kitty. And then she looks back. How many workers are in there? Do you say? Would you say?
From on the outside, there's already, in the dozen. Inside, probably a lot more.
Damn.
I know, it's
I was-
more of a
I was-
performance
I
thing
was-
than Michelle got.
I was literally about to just go full Batman and be like, "Where's the Joker?" Just start beating the shit
I mean,
out of people.
You know that you clearly outmatched them in all facets of martial prowess. Like, you being a trained, monk, you would know that. But, like, these guys are tinkerers. Some of them are scholars. Others are just more civil servant workers, kind of deal. Not civil servant. Like, just workers, mundane workers. They're not skilled in martial prowess. You know that.
Okay. Inspira is just gonna very calmly walk over to the door.
Okay. As someone noticed, like, oi, who the hell are you? If you ain't gonna help, you need to leave. This area isn't safe for normal civilians, alright?
Yes, I understand that. There seems like there was a bit of a commotion. Is there, anything you could tell me about it? I just, the bounty hunter in town. Just, need to know about any potential leads, sources of coin.
So you're a bounty hunter.
Yes, I am.
Well, if you're looking for a job, then you need to head over to the, what's it called? the job boards. They have the listing. What happened here is nothing but an accident. All right. Something got
Well-
loose. We got it back. There's no need to worry about. Now scram.
Could I just, Pete, just do a quick glance around, just to see?
Because you got closer to the hangar doors,
Yeah.
like on the inside.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Just me. I'm assuming perception, because I guess investigation would maybe.
Yeah,
maybe.
perception because you're looking at farther objects, trying to. What you
I-
see inside is they're already putting together something. From what you can tell, you're not sure what, but it seems like
Mhm.
everyone's kind of screaming. There's like close to 3 to 4 dozen people that are working on this massive project again, and what you could tell is it has claws and wings.
Okay. Does there look like? Do I see any of like the blood and shit that Tristan or that Michelle?
Not much on the inside. No.
Mhm.
There is, however, you could give me, as you're about to leave and turn around, you could give me a. Actually,
Let's.
first of all, give me a deception check to see if you could keep your
Yeah.
ruse going. Yep, that's fine.
Mhm.
All right, then now give me a inspection. Wait,
Wow.
investigation. There we go.
Jesus.
It doesn't. Okay,
Not-
so yeah, you don't see much more than Michelle did. What you notice is
But
like
I.
the clear outlines of the tar
Yeah.
and stuff like that, where there's like people's outlines that you assume. One thing does stick out though, because you know you were like Michelle busy with stuff.
Mhm.
One of them looks like, actually the two that you see are, one looks like a kind of a smaller humanoid with a kind of a beak-like face that's been tarred. Like the
Wait, are they
silhouette.
still there?
No,
the
no, no, the
okay.
silhouette.
Okay. Mhm.
And then the other one looks like it had long ears. So those are clearly two of your allies. That being Errol and Willow
Well,
from.
oh, no, hold up, hold up. Okay, accident. But who are those people? I know someone who lives in this area. Real long hoppy ears. She's kind of she's a bookkeeper though. What would she be doing here? I mean, is that what happened? Are they dead? Were there fatalities?
Well, you're asking a lot of questions, or but
I'm
yes,
paid to know things, and you said that this is some sort of accident, but this might be a lead on something. This might be something big.
give me a persuasion check.
Jesus
Oh
Christ.
my god. All you need to know is that there were a few people from a few ne'er-do-wells involved. That's all that you need to know. The situation figured itself out, and now they are whisked away, bodies and all. You know, no need to worry about it. The scene
So,
cleaned itself
At
up.
this point, she's gonna pull out this like as they're talking. She just kind of glances left. She's gonna pull out that silver coffer that's worth 500 gold. And would this change your mind? Does she just kind of like?
You could give me a persuasion check with advantage. Big ol' advantage, or 500 gold worth of advantage. Hey, he's gonna do an insight check on you. All right. He's like, are you trying to bribe an official here? I mean, if you are, do it a little more discreetly. And he quickly like,
No. She's like, oh, back. So no. Oh, that's what's to say? I give this to you, and you just walk away. Info first, and then I give this to you.
he looks at you. He looks you up and down. Let's, if you're gonna help, let's clean up over there. And he kind of points to an alleyway, and he drags you over into the alleyway. He's like, "All right, coffee first, then info after."
If you're lying to me, I will find out. And she slides it.
Okay, you hand over the coffer.
And she kind of like leans up against the alley, trying to look into.
Yeah,
his
he's
picture.
a
She's like,
gnome, so he's like this tiny guy. So you kind of like loom over him and lean into him.
She like leans in. She's like, "Okay, you can keep it low. I've got good hearing."
All right. I mean, I was there, you know. There's a few people that came in, you know, and I definitely recognized one. We were told we can't talk about it, but so don't go spreading the fucking news, all right?
I mean,
Oh.
these are leads from me. I'm not going to try and help the competition.
Yeah. And we were told info that if anything suspicious happened, activate, you know, turn on what we were working on, and it should take care of it on its own. Well, we did, and it broke the fuck out of here, scared the few that we found entering, and well, there was more of them, you know? These hooligans, bandits, I don't know. Thieves? I guess they were here to steal some of the tech that we were working on. But they... Well, either way, I don't know if you saw that clockwork dragon flying around. That's what we created. It took care of them. They're not here anymore, and it's not my fucking job. Alright?
So, understandable. I just need to know, are they dead, or is this something... Is this going to be a problem for me down the line?
I mean, I don't know about you, but if I got tarred and caught on fire, I'd probably be dead. A few of them, I mean, you know, impressive fighters. I couldn't tell. I ran for it.
Understandable. Well, listen. What's your name? You maybe, if you want to keep this between us, that's fine. But either way, I owe you a little something. So, a little extra. She reaches into her pouch. She pulls out her 8 silver and 2 copper, and in her clenched fist, knocks him out and punches him in the face.
All right, he's like, oh, and he's like, oh, the name is Duh, and then like while reaching out for his hand, like, you know, to like receive it, and you go, boom, give me a attack roll. And are you trying to kill the man, or are you trying to?
No, I'm trying to incapacitate this
Okay,
guy,
okay.
but I am going to add Dread Ambusher on there. So
I like to imagine just around the corner of the alley is another knocked out person.
There is.
Oh,
There's
yeah,
another
he's-
knocked person.
I'm putting,
We have
and
10 viewers. That's awesome.
where's Dread Ambusher? Just.
Okay. As he like happily goes to say his name and take your money from your fist, your fist accelerates a lot faster right into his face, and it knocks him out cold.
I'm
And-
going to drag him around the corner,
Oh, he was already in the alleyway, but you
Oh,
drag him
okay.
deeper into the alleyway.
deeper in the alley. I am then going to take whatchamaface it. I'm going to take my coffer back. And
Yup.
I'm going to, like a dickhead, and then I am going to use my craftsman's brushes to draw a wooden version of that coffer that looks like that, or I guess it would feel metal, but either way, I'm going to make a much shittier coffer,
Yeah.
just paint it real fast, and then just give it to him, and then bolt.
Okay. All right, and you get the fuck out of there. All right. So, Spirit and Michelle, you guys. I need Michelle to give me a stealth check. As for Inspira,
Okay.
you don't have to worry about getting away. And Michelle, this stealth check will determine how long you take to kind of get back. Okay.
Jesus,
Uh,
we're having 11 stealth. I've been rolling
Yeah.
terrible stealth.
You've been rolling garbage. All right.
It's all good.
So, you get back to your. You guys are headed your way back, and it's been a few hours, I'll say. Evening has come. It's past, 6. And as far as Inspira knows, you know what you learned. Michelle, you know what you learned. Inspira, you return first. Michelle isn't back yet. You see what looks like a large canister that. Wait, I realized the. God damn it. The layout was wrong. I made a mistake. I'm gonna fix that while I
Dylan
continue.
and Duke.
Yeah, it's in like 20 minutes, and I'm like, oh, this is perfect. There we go.
I chatted about it,
Sorry.
and Toby chatted about it in Discord.
Yeah, I'm just
was
an
called
idiot. I don't
dispatch.
notice things. Thanks, guys, for noticing. It's fine to interrupt me when things are wrong like that.
Didn't want to interrupt the game.
It's okay. It's fine. Thank you, though.
As also, Robert, I totally was really thinking about going in there and just beating the shit out of all of them.
No.
it was close.
You could have, but I really.
Oh,
liked
I
what
could
you
have. It
did.
would have been so funny.
Yeah. All right. So
What's your name? Nemesis. Poof.
Inspira, when you get back, first thing you would notice is there's a large canister kind of on its side in the foyer. Foyer.
Yeah.
You know, a large metal canister with like pipes that have been broken and twisted off, jutting off. It looks like somebody's tried to like wrench open like the one end of it, but there's just enough space to look inside. Otherwise, it's quite quiet. You don't hear anyone. The rest of you guys are doing what you're doing. And Tristan, I'll give you leeway on when you kind of make your entrance back in. So you take it, you take that as you will. Inspira, no one's in the foyer. Everyone else is kind of just tucked away in their magical rooms in the magnificent mansion that Demetrius created.
I would like to just do a quick investigation on this giant canister that's sitting around, because I imagine that Inspira somehow missed Agernak lugging this thing in here. And
Yeah,
her
well,
great back and
actually,
forth.
you would have saw him lugging it in here. He had it over his shoulder. He was like swinging it with holding onto one of the pipes before, like when he entered the mansion. However, when you go over there and you try to like kind of move it around, like he was lifting and moving it, it's like moving a massive rock.
Unsurprising.
Yeah.
Not just is there. You said that it looked like someone was trying to wedge it open. Like
yeah.
can I
So,
see into
on
it at
one
all?
of the ends of this like large canister, you see one of the pipes have been bent, kind of like pulled off partially and helped wrench open. So you could see with the light in the mansion, kind of protruding into the canister, you could see on the inside there is what looks like a sky blue opaque rock, rough in formation, being held by the canister, or encased by the canister, I guess.
Would I have any insight as to what that is? Anything I would have
can-
seen before?
I say you give me a nature check with disadvantage. I'm gonna put a negative modifier on it too in my mind.
Yeah, probably not then. I mean, I want to do it, but
Yeah, I mean it looks like a massive boulder.
it's almost a nat 20 on the one. Damn it.
Yeah. I mean, you're not sure.
Hmm.
I mean, it must have a significant importance, though.
All right. Well, if no one's around, Inspira's just gonna kind of go sit over in a corner, and she's gonna meditate for a little bit.
Okay.
Do the equivalent of a short rest.
All right.
Get a key back.
As you go to think to meditate, the floors around you kind of what's called, like a carpet appears, like a nice kind of like sittable carpet. A few pillows appear around it. You sit. It's kind of comfortable and nice, and you start to meditate in the foyer. All right.
Once you're in like mid meditation, just getting comfortable, you just see Michelle walk in, just full anger. God damn it! I'm just like throwing my dagger on the floor, throwing my shield.
That was a great distraction, Michelle. Inspire says not even breaking her concentration.
Is there any gods that are worth talking to at this point in time? 'Cause
Depends. What do you want to talk to them about?
how to get lost and back.
Well,
I'm not a religious man myself, but God, I have nothing else to do.
so do you want the good news or you want the bad news?
Bad news.
Bad news.
We're
Is,
in a shitty situation.
bad news is that our friends might be dead, or they're definitely captured. Might
Yeah.
be dead.
I figured. I asked
Uh,
about where the bodies were, and they said they've already taken them.
yeah. Good news is I didn't kill a man today who didn't deserve it.
Nor did I.
Maybe deserved it. I would say forgive me, Cord, for I have sinned, but honestly, I probably was doing the world a favor.
I'll say some mean words to Helm. Maybe Zen will notice it in the morning.
Helm's kind of.
It's-
It's remind me of that Shaq meme where it's just like, Predator Helm, Insult Helm.
Yeah. Yeah. Real shit. Actually,
You're not a fan of Helm in Spira?
it's not that I'm not a fan of him. It's just, I guess maybe I studied Zan so long on how to kill her. I guess it's I haven't shaken the holy. Listen,
Hmm.
Cord is
And that's your
Helm.
Lord?
Yes, Helm is. I mean, I guess on some level we both protect the weak and whatnot, but Cord is a champion of my sect especially. Helm has, it's a helmet. It's a fancy armor.
Yeah.
For me, my body is my armor. I don't need some stuffed shirt, shiny plate armored paladin
As I'm taking
preaching
my
to me.
half-plate armor
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
I don't need some fancy polished plate paladin telling me how to protect and do all this and do that and I believe my prayer comes on the battlefield.
Well, excuse me, I need some rest. And I'm gonna say some mean words to Helm. How Helm has not protected my friends. I guess I'm not really.
You could always say mean words to Cord. He might just show up. His avatar might show up and wrestle you though. So actually, she kind of turns. She's like, so actually, please do, and let me know how that turns out.
Will do. I'm just gonna badmouth all the gods at this point in time.
Has Road been soaking in the tub for like 4 hours?
Yeah, he's gonna come out now.
Okay. you're definitely all prudy.
Yeah, I was gonna say he probably
We're
dissolved at
savage.
this point.
You're prune central right now. Your skin
Wait,
is.
he can't get like more pruny. There's like
No, I
there's-
know. There's a critical mass
there's a
of
maximum
water.
pruning.
Critical mass of prunage.
Yeah. But you are definitely, you're definitely pruned up.
Yeah, he's pruned up. He's pruned up, and he sees these two.
Yeah.
Well, hi Rowan.
In the foyer.
What the hell's your problem?
You're obsessed with Foyer.
In the foyer.
I don't know. I tried to find Lost and couldn't find him.
Well,
Heard he
he's
might
found-
be
Find
dead.
Lawson? Why were you looking outside of this area?
Cause I figured Lawson would be ecstatic to hear that we took down a dragon. He would love to take it apart.
Okay,
Sent
but
him a
it's
message.
dangerous out there, so why would you go out there?
Because he didn't answer me back. Which indicates he's in a terrible situation. He's in a worse situation than
Yes,
us.
he's in a bad situation, so you go looking for that situation.
Yes.
Then you're
And
not
it's-
very smart now, are you?
And Spirit's just in
I'm
there
still
smiling. And Spirit's in there like smiling, and she's just like on her little like rug. She's like, "I told him it was a bad idea. It actually went
Oh,
really
so
well."
you let him go.
Oh, I watched him.
Oh, so you watched him. You didn't even try to stop him.
Why would I do it? We needed information.
Ah, so you're not smart either.
Oh, I'm smart. I'm
Oh, so we
5
have two
steps.
stupid party members out there trying to endanger themselves and us.
Well, if anything, in Spira, as she said, she is smart. I was the one who walked into the, then took the danger away. Then you had some words.
Yeah,
with
that,
people.
that definitely. I don't know what you did to get all those guards to chase you, which worked out, but that should not have worked out.
No.
That was definitely dangerous.
I
But
got lucky. Maybe I
This
should
sounds
purge
like a
Avandra.
terrible thing. I am not going to address this. I'm going to bed. And
Oh,
everyone's gonna
Road.
go check out upstairs.
Okay.
Road, quick word. Is there any gods that you dislike?
All of them.
Good.
All right. So you head upstairs, and when you head upstairs, the single door, isn't locked. You open it, and it looks like a round room, and the bed kind of resembles a
nest.
bird's nest
Aww.
with
He's gonna jump into it.
massive
Hell yeah.
pillows and like comfortable blankets all set in there, and it seems like And you weren't thinking. You were just thinking a normal bed. But it's already been... This room already seems to have been set. So,
Yeah, face plant in that bed.
And Spira, mind helping me write down all the gods that you know so I can badmouth all of them?
Oh.
You don't have to if you don't want to. If you feel like it's bad conscious for you, it's fine.
I'm gonna just a religion check to see how many gods she knows offhand.
So will I.
all right. Let me list with the 22. I'll say you know all the major and minor gods in the world that or most of the major, all the major, most of the minor. And if you want, I can list them all for you.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Maybe on another time.
Okay. It's not.
I'm writing this down that she knows all major and some minor gods.
Yeah. All right.
Meanwhile, Michelle, his list just says Cord,
Cord?
Helm.
Hey, you mentioned Avandra, so you could put that on the list too.
Avandra.
Yeah. And actually, Avandra is in the domain for. It's one of the domains for me. All right.
So I have these 3 gods. Is there any others that I should badmouth?
She like looks at the list and she's like, "Hand me a writing utensil," and she just starts going to work. Do you have any more pieces of paper?
Oh yeah, yeah. Here you
Alright,
go.
thanks. Thanks. She just goes to work.
Just say like what their domain is or whatever, so I can my bad mouth.
That might. I don't know all these domains. These are at
Okay.
least things
It's
I
all
know.
good. It's all good. Thank you.
Okay. So, you do that. Is there anything else? You know, like I think Agronak went to sleep in his own room, right?
Yeah. I'd imagine a room pops up for him that
Yeah.
the
If you
door
go
that's
looking for a
7
room.
feet tall.
Yeah. If you go looking for a room, it'll appear. You know, and the room kind of adjusts for your size. All right. So as you guys all take a long rest, you guys can wake up. You know, in whatever order you want to do stuff in. Wait. I hear someone.
If you can hear me.
What?
Can you hear me? Robert?
1 second. Can you say
A
that
little
again?
bit.
Robert, voice check. Hey.
Oh my god, it's coming in so soft. I can't turn you off.
Okay. I'm gonna disconnect and reconnect and see if that fixes it.
Okay, thank you. I'm, you know, I feel so blessed that he's trying so hard to continuously join us like this. This is great.
Okay. How's this?
That works great. Thank you.
Okay. Awesome. I was just gonna say before Oscar heads to sleep, the room he finds himself in would have an absolute 20-foot tall tower of meat, and he just kind of unleashes his familiar in that for hours.
Okay, so yeah, your walnut, a sapperling familiar from your god, from your patron, you let it eat to its fill, which is bottomless, but it definitely starts munching away at it for hours and hours and hours. All right.
Oscar tries one and goes, "Yeah, you have fun with that."
Okay. So the next day comes. You guys can start, you know, doing your own thing. Inspira and Michelle, I don't think you guys would. You guys have just kind of stayed out there.
Before I went to bed, I would take like an hour or two just going down each god and be like, Helm, fuck you. You haven't protected any of my friends. Cord, fuck you. Where's my strength? I think I deserve it. Avandra, fuck you. I had no luck today. Well, you did kind of help me escape. You're okay.
You're okay.
And then that's what I'm just doing one
Okay.
by one.
Yeah, Ferris just enjoying this for a period of time before she goes to sleep.
Okay.
As Pete makes notes of the gods, and Michelle is pissed
No.
off.
Do you think gods care about people cursing them?
I don't know. Maybe
Probably.
God's
Probably a lot.
sensitive.
All right. So yeah, the next day comes. You guys can start waking up one by one and, you know, dealing with each other. it's nothing much has changed. The one thing you would notice is if you guys start walking out towards the foyer to like possibly leave, the foyer has been replaced by a giant meeting room.
In Sparrow will hang out in said meeting room because she wants to get.
Dimitri's
everyone
already
else
waiting
to
in there. He sees you enter. He was talking to Moogly about something, and Moogly seems to be there too. But he's as he sees you enter, he kind of eyes you, and then just kind of gestures to one of the seats.
And Sparrow sits down.
Sand's gonna finish up her prayer and then kind of like leave the room, let Victor nap a bit, unless he's already awake.
Yeah, I'm gonna get up and like do my daily calisthenics and stuff.
Okay. I'll sit on your back while I pray.
Nice.
Nice.
Sorry, a question to Ian.
Yes.
Put the symbols of each god down, or would you just skip that?
I don't think I would have put. I would probably
Okay.
maybe put the symbols. I mean, with a 20, I'm not. Maybe if Inspira knew
I
them.
would say a few. You
Okay.
probably
Yeah,
know.
there's a few here and there.
Okay.
She's kind of a zealot, so she really only knows a lot about Corin.
All right. Yeah.
You see Michelle walk out through the hallway shirtless, and you see symbols of random religions on his chest, and they all have like scar marks on top of them. I don't think the gods like.
I'm leaving the room at that moment. I'm just like, that's my shtick. What the hell?
I mean, there's a helmet right here, and it has a big X across it. I don't think Helm likes me.
Yeah.
And
Victor's,
Inspira's just sitting there, just like eyebrow raised, just like.
all right, Victor's gonna walk out right now and look at Michelle and say, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, I had a bad night. I think I cursed like 30 gods.
Michelle, right before
Why would
I'm
you do
supposed to
that?
fight Drake?
How could you do that to him?
Because I've had shitty ass week, shitty ass year. It's just terrible. I felt like I needed to get out my ink.
Okay,
It
well-
worked.
Let's just go back to the foyer and we'll talk there. Okay?
It's gone. This is the foyer now. It's a meeting
Foyer?
room now.
Isn't foyer like an Elvish word? And then goddamn humans and commons just take the Elvish word and I hate it.
Yeah. Yeah.
In Dwarvish, it's just the mudroom.
The mudroom.
See, that makes sense to me.
That's so good.
Alright,
I
I'm
love
gonna.
it.
Let's
I'm just gonna
quit
stand
now,
on the end of
we're
the
never
table.
Gonna be funnier than that.
Yeah, we're done. Questionable role models has ended, everyone.
Thanks for coming.
We'll
We
start a new
peaked.
channel. Just Mudroom.
Mudroom. That
Alright.
should be our after stream, like our discussion.
Oh, that'd be great.
The
Oh,
mudroom.
discussion in the mudroom.
Oh my god.
All right, let's
Run
continue.
out.
Alright, Rowan's gonna walk in, see Michelle, eyes wide and walk back
Hi.
out.
When Dimitri sees you walk in, Dimitri's like, you're probably gonna want to join, Rowan.
No, he's left already.
Yeah, as you walk out, the hallway starts to bend and shift.
Oh, for the
And-
love of God.
He's holding us hostage.
It's too early for this.
And there's a single door at the end of the hallway. I am railroading you. That's the
You know
TM.
what? He's gonna patiently sit in the hallway.
You're gonna what?
He's gonna sit in the hallway.
Okay. The hallway seems to get smaller and smaller.
Oh no.
And the next thing you know, the door is right in front of your face, and there's no wall. There's walls to all your other sides, and you're in a tiny
He's
closet.
just gonna be smushed in there and then he's gonna tumble out through the door.
Welcome back, Ruin.
What the f- This is too early for this. Will you put on a shirt, please?
Why? You don't like my body?
No.
We don't like those weird scars you have.
That's not what I've heard.
Well, they are some pretty boss scars.
Yeah, they are. Quite impressed.
Kind of goth for my taste.
Moogly goes, you probably want to be careful. You don't want to end up in the depths of hell.
Well, were any of those gods that you listed from hell?
Probably the big one you would know is like Asmodeus.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Satan.
Surprisingly, there's no marking of Asmodeus on your proposal.
He loves it. He loves being told to fuck off.
Asmodeus has that like secret humiliation kink. It's all good.
Maybe you should have left that god out.
I mean, he's kind of like our patron in a way.
Oh god.
Think about it.
Yeah, but should you really be pissing off the Tiefling patron? Like,
Should you really be pissing off any of the gods?
some of them deserve it.
It's weird just because like I'm not gonna keeping my thoughts to myself. Did Cord show up and wrestle you?
I had a weird dream about him. I don't think he wrestled me per se.
Ooh.
Oh.
I would call it wrestling.
It was a very muscular, red-haired man with a very flowing beard. Then
I believe there's a mark on my back, and I point to my back, and there's
Those
the
fingernail
Just
scratches.
fingernails.
cord.
Hey. Quite a night.
Oh shit.
Ups and downs.
Yeah, there's like a cord symbol, but it has a heart around it.
it's very like. Have you ever considered maybe worshiping Cord? I think that's. A good
I'm sure he did.
Yeah. Something like that.
I said a few words to him. I don't know if it.
Oh god.
I don't know
You
if
need
he
a lot of
listened.
words.
Yes.
Alright. Well,
So Dimitri.
is it this obnoxious with all of you every day?
What?
This is a new leaf.
This is a standard humanoid conversation.
No,
If Michelle
I know
doesn't buy a
humanoids
shirt, Rowan's gonna give him his cloak because he is not dealing with this early.
Oh, I'm staying shirtless.
Oh god.
No, he's gonna give you his cloak, and if you take it off, he's gonna punch you.
Be reassured, Water Ganassi. I am not like my brother. I do know how to talk to individuals and converse with society.
That's what a
my
normal person would
apologies.
say.
Bird turned
Excuse me?
man.
Well, I'm not here to bicker. I'm here to figure out what the hell we're going to do.
Oh, good point. Yeah,
Or more or
In-
less, what the hell you all are going to do.
I'm gonna kill him.
I mean,
Are you though?
can you? Exactly.
Can you?
No offense.
I mean, not-
But you couldn't fight a dragon.
What do you mean they're both dead?
Yeah.
Not too much help to you or you, and he kind of like points to Zan and Victor.
Oh, I mean, yeah, we all can't be birds all the time. Some of us are actually human beings. Humanoid beings. No, I'm not gonna say that.
Dimitri, if I may, I noticed when you were trash talking. I'm not sure if that's the right word for it, but
Squawking.
you called out Drake Action, and he seemed upset. Is there anything you can give us on him at all that might aid? Any information that might aid in Victor's upcoming death match that may or may not still go down?
Yeah, do you know him?
When I met him before, he wasn't this cocky. He was very meager, you would say petty, almost as just like, you know, I don't think I need to mention who, but,
Victor looks around.
and, I think the power's gone to his head. He He's obviously in a seat of power he's not used to, and he's wielding it around like a stick. Kid with a stick.
What power does he have now?
You have to ask. He's controlled the dragons to attack you. He's taken control of the creators. He's endangered citizens of this place, as well as my dear brother and now myself.
Yes, I mean, what is the source of his power?
Well, he controls most of this city.
Why do you
I
keep answering my
think-
question with something that isn't?
Which
I
is
my
think
question-
what Victor is saying is, how was he able to do all
Yes.
this? How was he able to control the city?
Thank you.
I don't know. Last time he didn't have such powers. Again, he was a meager petty man with that acted actually surprisingly like you. And points to Victor.
Like a lame version.
I don't see the difference.
Well, something's lost in translation, I guess.
Yeah, he can only see in black and white, so you know.
Yeah.
Can so one of the running theories that Victor has been throwing out there is that Drake is somehow a vampire. Do you have any information that supports or
Cooperates or
Denies.
denies such claims?
yes.
Corroborates.
I've met him. Last time I met him, it was during the day.
But was it really him, or was it his projection that he sends?
He, as far as I know, he wasn't even able to do such things like that.
Did you
either.
touch him?
Why would I bestow anything onto him?
I don't know.
That's usually how you tell if something's real or not.
Yeah, can you prove that he wasn't just a specter?
I guess I couldn't, but can you also prove that he is a undead creature with connections to greater powerful beings such as Strahd?
No, it's just a theory.
Again.
Thanks for watching! Alright, sorry. Let's continue. Goddamn.
So wait, did Dimitri actually name drop Strahd, or was that some sort of joke?
No, he actually name dropped Strahd.
Oh.
Well, every time we've seen him out in public or out in the sunlight, he's always given his visual image. He's never given his entire, like, his self into the sun.
Right, and I recall him being quite a not nighttime living person.
Oh, like an owl?
Yeah. Maybe he's an owl. No.
Hmm.
That's not right. Rowan?
Well,
I
Thoughts?
mean, that's not that far of a stretch.
Okay, so
if
an owl.
he is a, it's very just kind of like shakes her head. So, if he is a vampire, then my conventional assassination methods are off the table.
Oh yeah.
And for
How do
reasons
you
that
kill a vampire?
for reasons
Just
that
burn him.
I will not disclose, right now, currently, I cannot harm him.
Are you in love with him?
Far from it. I would
He's in love with you.
I would easily want to remove him off the face of Aiton. However, he's outside of my current reach.
Does he have
Ah.
blackmail on you?
Nobody has blackmail on me. Maybe the only person that might, and he kind of looks over at Rowan, is Rowan.
You
Yeah.
see Michelle turn around and start doing something.
Does he have like that bird repellent spray?
Bird repellents? Yeah. I don't know
Are you
that one.
working alongside him or in the?
You cut out after say working alongside him.
Oh, okay, cool. Are you guys working together or like not together, but like together?
I could assure you, my goals don't ever align with his.
Well,
Okay, well, My
So it's
question
like
was,
together with benefits.
yeah,
Hmm?
because you didn't answer my question. You pretty much just avoided it.
If I
So-
did, I would be fighting on.
Let
his
me say
side.
this easier for you so your bird brain can understand. Victor is a Helmite. I'm a Helmite. Are you a something and is he a something? Yes or no?
No.
Okay, there you go. Was that hard?
I'm not sure that was any simpler.
In Spirit's just like sitting here, just waiting to see if Dimitri is gonna like, immediately incinerate Zan or not.
He's keeping
Michelle's
his
gonna
ear close,
sneak behind Dimitri and put a piece of paper on top of his head. The paper has been all black. Now I have blackmail on you. I did it. The only
Jesus
one.
Christ.
We
um,
can save the city, I swear.
that was that was extremely humorous, Michelle.
Thank you.
Dimitri, why don't you just tell us why you can't fight Drake?
because this is neither here nor the place for me to do such things.
Persuasion check.
Middle of-
Ignore check.
Middle of-
Ignore check.
Yeah. No, he just he says what he says. It's not.
Into
It's not in my
Rather
best.
check.
It's not my
To-
best interest.
To throw out a
It
counterpoint.
doesn't matter where my affiliations lie. Shouldn't.
Plus, to throw out another counterpoint before Victor gives himself an aneurysm trying to argue this home, our other allies did not seem to fare too well. I don't necessarily know if I want to risk the wizard who blasted a straight hole in a dragon in a petty fight that we could just handle ourselves. This seems like a nice trump card.
I would say that the only reason why I'm not blasting any of you that are irritating me with holes, like the dragon, is because Rowan, for some reason, seems to value something in each and every one of your miserable lives. That's all. I'm here to assist, if possible, and I have done so.
Yeah, and I'd rather you not doubt my brother when he's actually helping us.
I'm not doubting him. I just want him to be more forthcoming.
There's no
I mean
reason
more
for that
Sam.
information.
Well, if we are, it seems like Drake is your enemy,
Yes.
and the enemy of your enemy is your friend. So we are.
Well, that's a good one.
Your. Thank you. I just thought of it. So we are your friends. Persuasion check.
It's funny because you're the only one that, Gia, you're the only one that goes persuasion check, whatever check, and just rolls it, and I'm just like, all right, well, I guess you're doing a persuasion check if I don't
Well,
ask
look,
you.
you can reject it.
No,
but
it's fine. And sometimes I do. It's just funny.
You usually do.
Yeah. When he looks at you and goes, and that's why I've assisted you this far, and I will continue to do so until Drake is no longer existing.
Okay, well that's great. You're acting like you don't want to assist us, though.
No, I cannot physically harm him. There's a difference.
Why can't you tell us?
That does not matter.
Is there a
Does,
contract?
tell us. Like, I don't understand the logic here.
Yeah, I feel like it will help us understand him.
Like, I'm not very smart, but I can tell you're being really stupid right
Oh, wait, is it this thing where like you can't say because then that breaks the agreement that you have?
I'm
He's not
bound
saying
by
anything.
something that prevents me from doing
There
so.
we go.
That's
Could
There we
just
go.
said that.
far
Jeez.
as I will go.
So you do have blackmail on you. Haha.
Might as well. Yeah.
I am the detective.
He still hasn't like shaken off his
Oh,
head, so
God.
it's still on his head.
Okay.
He's too
well,
proud.
Well, if
Rowan's
he
gonna
can't
take that
help
off
us
of his head.
Okay.
by-
So stupid.
What was that,
if
Oscar?
Dimitri can't, if Dimitri's bound to not fight Drake, maybe he could help us in another way, like punching a hole into that giant flying fortress.
That could work. He could get us up there.
Could you get us up there? Is that? I'm not doubting your power. I'm not sure if that's in your repertoire,
Why
or if that would go against what you're able to do.
Why are we gonna go up there for a sneak attack against Drake?
I figure I'd rather him dead than you dead.
Agreed.
I have the ability to get you all up there, but whether that ability will help you in the long run, it's questionable. Can you all truly handle yourself once you're up there? You know, he probably will have reinforcements, and not only that, from as far as I can tell and I've read, Parhelion is not to be trifled with. Not just a floating island that's sitting on a mass of floatstone that's continuously powered by the elemental powers.
That's what I heard.
It's not just that.
Oh,
They have a whole armada underneath, deep in the rocks that's built in. Just in case. The creators, if they wanted to, and all agreed upon it, can move that island anywhere they see fit and rain siege of countless clockwork soldiers.
Do you know, are these powered remotely or are they powered, like, individually? The robots and the floatstones.
Are you planning on dropping the island from the sky?
Well, it just popped into my head now.
It
I mean, that
prob-
does sound pretty effective.
until you think of the catastrophic fallout from that.
Exactly.
But not if it's over the sea.
Exactly.
Again, you're not thinking. Have you ever dropped something in perhaps an ice cube into a cup, and the cup was really full, and then the water runneth over? It'll be like that. We're gonna flood the islands.
Okay.
Again,
It'd be-
thousands would die.
It'd be wise to listen to the blue tiefling over there. She seems to have
So we
some
need to
sort of
somehow steer it and then crash it.
And yet
Again.
the only way to move it is by controlling a certain number of creators like he is, and having their will to do what they want with said island.
What about the robots? What are they powered by?
They're broken
Magic.
into division by creators, and each creator controls a certain number of them on the island. As for how they are distributed in power on the Parhelion, I do not know.
I see. Did we ever figure out what that necklace did?
What
Well-
necklace are you talking about?
The creator's necklace. We gave it to the other creator, so we don't have it anymore.
We had a creator's necklace at one point.
And you just handed it over.
Well, you know, they were trying to be helpful.
And you trusted others.
Yes. This is back with Dawn.
Yeah.
Remember that one halfling guy sitting on the couch?
Yes, I know of
Yeah.
Don Gigante.
Yeah. No, the other halfling. The older guy.
The creator.
Yes,
It's a female halfling, by
Yeah,
the way.
it's a
It's,
Female.
Yeah.
My bad. They all look the same to me.
Okay, racist. So, yes, we gave it to
Yeah,
her.
well, dude, you can't just say that.
I think I can. I just point to my body with all the bad markings.
Jeez.
So what you're saying is
we
we
need that back.
can never get on this fortress.
No, we
We have
can't.
an endless army. We can't stop it. We can't control it. We can't fight it.
We can get on there. The
Yes,
only
I know
issue
that.
is-
The army that's on there that you just said.
Well, as far as I know, they're designed to drop below. They must have a small platoon on the inside. And at least they're not flying, so it'll be easier for most of you to deal with. Now, the question is he willing to destroy what Parhelion is to defend it from you when you're inside of it?
I don't think so.
I mean, he sounds kind of like an idiot, so he might be.
There's also another thing they have to keep in mind. He currently has 3 of these artifacts, these necklaces.
What
If we can
about?
somehow
Are you sure
somehow-
that Don Gigante and his creator Cottonnail that he was with wasn't still under the charm, just playing along?
Well, I don't know. We trusted him and we gave him the necklace. There's no use debating this anymore.
Well, the last necklace, from what I gather, still belongs with Creator Cinder. It's gone. She took it away with her after her rampage in the city.
I mean, as long as Drake doesn't have it, that's how I'm okay.
Drake has one for sure.
He has 3, yeah. But the thing is, if you can somehow take those things away from Drake, he loses the power in the city.
Right.
He might still have control over everyone in the city, but he loses power on shifting islands. He loses power on all that.
Yes.
That could be possibly a plan of attack, to take down Drake. Not to kill him, but to take his power away.
How much you want to bet wearing all 3 of these necklaces?
Oh, guaranteed.
Yep.
So mostly,
So we need his head.
Yeah, we need to kill him.
Alright.
I don't think there's a way around that.
So then, Inspira, what's our plan? What are we doing?
Well, we're not dropping the Barhelion into the ocean. We're not dropping it on the city and killing thousands.
Yes,
We need a necklace. If our options, I guess, are either to do this duel, which is going to be a trap and is going to result in victory, or probably other people getting killed.
Let me remind you all, he also has the most richest individuals in all of A10, and a few diplomatic individuals from Mox, and I'm sure Mox is questioning where they are, and same with the Tritons, all as hostages.
Yep. We don't want to kill them. We just want to kill Drake.
That's true.
My plan is I can get you guys up there.
Okay.
I can most likely take some and make a distraction, letting you guys maybe sneak by some. Let me phrase this: some guards, if you are going up to the Parhelion.
Okay. That sounds good.
But I need a bit more prep time if that's the case.
How much more? Because I was supposed to meet him at noon.
Give me a day. We get enough things in order, I could get you all the ability to fly up to Parhelion yourself.
So I just don't show up for our meeting?
Shell, can you send them a message? Tell me another day.
I can do that, yes. I do
I
have a
don't-
question, though. Zan, do you have any ways to reveal truths from people?
Like magically or just
Yeah.
my
I believe Moogly has it, right?
I didn't take it today, but I do.
Okay.
But I'm like, I don't need it. I'm really good at telling if people are lying.
Okay. Can you tell if Dawn's lying?
All the time. Like when I pay attention to what he says.
I'm actually impressed. I really want to see if Dawn is actually telling the truth or not. You know,
Alright.
under a spell like that, see if he's actually under control of Drake. And if we possibly have a necklace to utilize.
Okay. Try to buy us one more day then. I'll take
Okay.
the spell tomorrow.
Oh, that thing you just said, Mish, about revealing the truth. That reminded me of that spell Zan did a while back to learn about that aboleth. Do you think we could use it on Drake to find out what he is?
What was that spell that you used then? Was it
Oh,
just
the one I had to delve into the old legendary history books of lore.
You read
Magical
that?
divine lore.
that could work?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, what are the parameters on this?
It
Uh,
has to be someone of importance, someone of legendary.
Drake is not of legendary importance.
Yeah, definitely not. I mean, look at him.
not to
But-
be that
But,
that person, but
but with base of what's happening right now, maybe a god or two has taken a look at this. Maybe
Maybe.
we might be able to find out. I mean, if I was going to
like,
say one of our
if all honesty, if this spell was used on me, it probably just say, "Oh, he's son of Varus." That's probably it.
Okay.
That is something that's well known around people. Maybe it's known enough that Drake is secretly something else. It's not a bad idea to use this spell.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. With all the power he's gained, he's made a lot of headway for his name.
Hmm.
Y'all just gotta buy me some incense.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Okay,
Like a lot
so
of it.
we're gonna tell Drake
250 gold.
that I'm not gonna show up. You think he won't?
Yeah, like you tripped and like hurt your ankle. You need 1 day.
You know, if you attempt to do that, I'm sure he'll throw everything he has at you to drag you out.
Exactly.
He's not the smartest man, and like I said, he's a kid with a stick. He's going to start swinging if things don't go his way.
Well, you're the one who said we need a day. So what do you suggest?
I can try to sweet talk him
Distract him with what?
for a full day.
he's not actually. Even if he quote unquote shows up, he's not going to actually be there. Like I said, it's a trap. We just go in knowing it's a trap and prepare ourselves for it.
So
There's no way he's got all this power, but if he's a coward at heart, he hasn't shown himself, and if your beliefs of him being a vampire is actually true, there's no way that I know of that he could be walking around during the day.
Yes, but so you want to go fight him now instead of going up tomorrow?
I'm saying that this fight against him probably isn't actually going to be a fight against him. He's probably just trying to slaughter us or slaughter you. He seems, I mean, just from what Dimitri's told us about him, what you've told us about him, and what I've seen, he's a wimp. He's
Yeah,
not going to even risk himself in any way, shape, or form to go against you.
I
Okay.
agree, but
He's holding all these chips, and he's going to try and influence us to do what he wants. If we know that going in, we might play it against harder. It's easier to go with the flow and manipulate it than to struggle against it.
I'm sure he's trying to find more and more ways to manipulate his powers every day. When you have the whole world open at your fingertips and money is no issue, I'm sure he's using that to his fullest advantage.
so I am going to go fight him today.
It's up to you all. Distract him, fight him, I don't care. Bother him for a day and I could get you away up to Parhelion yourselves.
So distract him how? Like try to sit him down and actually hash out our differences just
Sure,
verbally?
befriend him, you know?
Befriend him.
Yeah. Give him, you know, give him his due diligence, you know, kiss his ass. I don't care.
You think it might be a good idea for me to impersonate as Victor?
Yeah,
Go to the
and
meeting?
if he shows up in the middle of the day, I'll shoot him with a guiding bolt. If it goes through his body, we'll just walk away.
I can hunt if he's actually there. I can hunter's mark him. If he's within 6 miles of me, I can figure out if he's a certain selection of things.
That works too. I
If
don't
he's
have to
actually
waste
an
my
undead,
spell.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
I need to have at least one of my spells, and I need to know if he's actually within 6 miles.
Okay. Well, Michelle, what was your suggestion of impersonating me? Why would you do that?
Well, I was talking with in Spear the other day. Spear can do the same thing. This guy. Maybe it'll distract him. Maybe it'll confuse him.
If
Having
there's
more
two of us?
victors. Yeah. Maybe he'll get
If-
angry, and he'll blow his load too early.
Phrasing. If I am impersonating him, I can cast about three spells. Period. Me detecting things is one.
Mhm.
If I'm going to mark him, that's 2. If I'm disguising myself, that's 3. I'm not as versatile as you other casters.
One sec, guys. And I am just gonna go into I'm just gonna pretty much go onto the ground at this point in time. pull out some sand, some ink, a quill that I normally have, and just start writing on more or less thin air. And you just see my eyes kind of like gloss over into like a black haziness. I'm gonna be casting Dream, and I'm gonna cast it on Drake and see if he's sleeping or not.
He is not.
He is not. Well, Drake is awake at the moment.
Just sending hey you up.
Wait, they don't need to make a save, right? It just happens with Dream?
Yeah, Dream.
Yeah.
It's if they
It happens
are,
or it doesn't happen.
Yeah. I mean, I can hold on to it until they sleep, and then I go
Yeah.
into the dream. If I hold on for a minute or two and there's no dream, he's awake.
Yeah. Also, what's it called? Adranak, are you in the room? I'm guessing you're in the room, right?
I would say at some point after waking up, he definitely, made his way to hang out with everybody.
Yeah.
He's taking this all in.
Okay.
And every so often, if some of you more passive perceptive people would notice, Aggie looks down at his left arm. He's mulling something over. He's waiting for his breaking conversation, which I guess is now.
Yeah.
Guys, what if just throwing out an idea, what if I were to become his friend? I mean, we have one thing in common, and it's actually a lot greater than some of the other people I've met here.
What's that?
You guys remember that tattoo on my arm?
Yeah.
That one I don't like to talk about, but I do like to bring up?
Yeah.
Yeah. We know that one.
Well, I've met a couple people that have it, but on their right arm. As far as I understand, that's sort of
matter?
different than my left arm people. Because the only people I know that have the left arm of the puppeteer's tattoo are me,
Yeah.
Streaks, and Drake Action.
He has this tattoo?
Are the Puppeteers like a band or something?
You know? I don't really know. I know
Do you
they're
remember-
bad guys, though.
Oh.
Do you remember when Sogri sent assassins after us?
Yeah.
Those were puppeteers.
I don't
so
remember any puppets.
I don't. It's a weird term.
Oh.
It's
don't
just
have
what
any
they sort of
puppets?
call themselves.
I think they hide as children entertainers in the streets and then they strike.
That sounds right.
I don't know if
If-
that's exactly what they do. They seem to use a lot of different methods back in the day. But,
Okay, so you have a tattoo of bad guys. Why?
Are you a
Out of character, we have definitely had this conversation before.
We've-
but-
we've-
I think
had it
Victor
once
wasn't
before. It's-
there. I think it was literally everyone else talking.
Boone had
no,
him at
Victor
like
was there
gunpoint.
because,
Yeah.
yeah, I walked in
Was I
and
there? Sorry.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
I think Victor was
And
there. Victor
then
was there.
I remember Rowan was like, "Yo, he's got that tattoo of the people that tried to kill us."
Oh, sorry. I guess I.
So, what do you say
That
there,
knockout
Adranak?
cast gave us all brain damage.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What do you
I'm
say,
trying to,
Adranak?
like-
You wanna go in Victor's place?
First of all, and Aggie's gonna go over to Victor and place a hand on his shoulder. I'd do anything to keep this man safe.
Aw.
He's gonna just tickle his chin. Like, look at his face. And-
Uh,
Honestly, with him being someone with a left arm tattoo, because he. Okay, did I tell you guys what happened at the hangar?
No.
No.
No, yeah, last
you
we saw
kinda
you were
just,
getting
like,
thrown
flew
at his
in.
hand.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, I did get tossed in, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
Well, after everything sort of went to shit, I snuck into one of the hangars. I was invisible. I saw the dragon. and Drake Action sort of goaded me into pushing and turning on the dragon. And then he congratulated me and said, "Hey, why don't you join me?" And he showed me his left arm tattoo. Now, you know me, guys. I'm with you. I have your back.
Huh. Insight check?
Please.
Yeah.
Please insight
Yeah,
check.
you
Wow.
guys can insight yourselves all
Wow.
the time.
31.
31!
Plus
And
12.
that wasn't even a natural 20. Is it 19?
Wow.
Damn.
You guys, you feel the utmost care and sincerity from Agronak because I really fucking mean that. Fuck you guys.
There's a reason Oscar didn't roll.
Alright.
Aggie, is there some type of correlation with you, Drake, and Streaks that the other puppeteers don't have?
I mean, aside from the left arm, not that I can really tell. When I first met Streaks way back in the day,
What do you
I
mean way
think I
back in
bar-
the day?
you guys remember? You remember me in that city that was frozen
He
for
was there
something
too.
like
No,
800 years?
Michelle wasn't there, it was Ovina.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's right.
Yeah.
Oldest goblin in the world now.
And we could barely hear Robert.
He said oldest goblin in the world now.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Basically.
But,
So
Well,
Agronak, you could
you-
describe it real quick if you want, or just let them kind of do their thing.
Streaks just has the left arm tattoo. I didn't know that Drake Action had one, and that concerns me because he mentioned that I thought the left arm had died off ages ago.
I see. So
so he was Drake's what?
He's old. He's a vampire.
He's apparently he is somewhat old. There's
Wait, that doesn't make sense though. Because if you think about it, the time that my allies stopped that city or like restarted the city was less than a year ago.
Let me tell Agronak something on the side.
Uh,
Correct
you-
some
Victor.
info.
oh damn.
You've
I'm
known
pretty sure
Victor
it's the
for how
right
long?
arm. I'll be right back.
You
All right. So Duke, I think you misheard me.
Wait. Okay. Does Drake Action have it on his right arm?
No, he has it on his left arm. You got that correct. The thing
Okay.
is, he never said that he thought the left arm died out years ago.
Who
It's
said that?
Coriel.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. So I know
We'll
you're getting
take-
some of the information confused because it is a little convoluted, but it kind of has to be because it is a very, intrigue-heavy thing.
Can we take that back?
Yeah,
Skip?
we could retcon
And,
it. We could go back and then explain it. All right, you can explain what happened.
All right. So, real quick,
We're retconning a
viewers
little.
at home, we're gonna take this back in game about like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And I remember Coriel telling me that the left arm had died off ages ago.
There you go.
Okay.
So, I know Streaks was in the city with me,
Mm-hmm.
but of all the left arm puppeteers I know, I never once saw Drake Action.
Okay.
so I'd like to point out, guys, Victor, you've known Drake for how long? 10+ years?
No, like a year that we worked together before I left. He was
Only
just
like a
some
year.
new guy trying to be the star, but of
So
course
that's
he
probably like
Okay.
2 years then, right? Because you left to be an adventurer for like.
Okay,
year
so
before.
I've known him for 2 years total. Sure,
Okay.
I worked with him for a year. Yeah.
Known him for about 2 years.
Yeah.
Yet we only unstopped the city like what, half a year ago? Which
Yeah, something like
What
6
I'm-
months ago.
6 months ago, yeah. So what I'm trying to say is, he's not Drake Action. He's just impersonating Drake. If he's come
He's
from
a-
this,
Fake
he's-
action?
he's a fake Action. Yes.
What?
I mean,
Hold up real quick. I really feel like Tristan just blew the shit out of this plot. And I'm very excited. I'm here for it. I'm all about this because this is a new theory that I'm loving.
I know the plot. I'm not gonna try to say anything. You guys figure it out.
I would hope so.
Yeah, hopefully.
Misha, are you saying that maybe Drake Action could be someone or something else?
That you knew many, many years ago. He decided, I don't know why he just chose Drake Action, but maybe it just worked for him. He impersonated him, maybe killed him, maybe didn't. And now he is Drake Action.
I mean,
There was
like,
a name
No one else
that
has
my...
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No one else has tattoos on their left arm unless they came from the dead puppeteers. So the only way that he would know about this would be if he was back there, right?
I mean,
Who else did you know that had the left arm tattoo?
There was a mule. There was this dwarf with a hammer, or hammers. A dragonborn. That bitch Seth. There's a drunken fighter.
Okay, none of
There was a
those-
name that my friends would throw around a lot.
Yes.
Deimos.
Who is Deimos?
I don't think I ever met him.
But okay, do you know anything about
They were
him?
sure scared of him. Enough to prepare much chaos
Well,
for the
that-
sake of his demise.
Yeah, that seems more promising than.
In fact, this situation seems a lot like that.
Deimos. Can I do a history check or something? Look, it's probably gonna fail.
Disadvantage. Go for it.
I already have a -1.
In
Yeah,
Spears,
disadvantage.
like,
Go for it.
in Spears, like, well, Zan, if you're looking for legend, a name of more legendary importance, if this is Deimos, is as big a deal as Agernex says, that might be a better
Yeah.
lead than Drake Action.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I could do that. And if we do end up having to meet with Drake again, I could just cast Locate Creature, try to locate Drake, and if he doesn't ping on my divine radar, your theory's correct, Michelle.
Okay.
Well, like I said, I can do my sense. If he's a vampire, I'll know.
I can always just commune with Helm and ask if Helm knows.
He,
Vampire.
I'm assuming he.
Deimos sounds very masculine.
It does sound very masculine.
You know, like
Yeah.
I
Damien.
mean, yeah, it does, but I think they refer to him as...
We'll go with that
Yeah.
for now.
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
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 So yeah,
he
we can
wasn't,
get
he
a
wasn't a
Drake.
vampire though, right?
OOC. Did anyone in the party
Oh no, we knew.
ever
Yes,
say what he was out loud?
yes,
Several
110%. Because Elias used that, like the deck of many things is whatever that identify things. He
Zeal.
learned
Yep.
everything about Deimos. Everything.
Yeah, and I gave him a lot of fucking info too.
Whole lot of information. The fact where the thing is, I think Tristan has it written down somewhere. Actually-
He deleted my page, so I don't have it anymore.
Actually,
Bring up the character sheets from the archives.
No, I have the character sheet still saved.
Oh, okay.
I was reading
Damn.
through them when I was in Park's account working on it. I was like, oh my god, Tristan, you wrote everything down. Yeah.
Yes, they called him a Rakshasa.
Dimitri kind of like puts his hand to his like temple, and he's just like, so we're dealing with a Rakshasa now.
What is that?
Can I do a check to see what I know about Rakshasas personally?
Sure, you could give me.
I am a far traveler, and
This literally might be a history check in this case.
Yeah, it's a history check.
Okay.
Would Moogly or I know what that is?
Yeah, you guys could give me religion checks.
I'll hop in on this.
That's for me.
I knew I should have specialized in hunting fiends.
And this is for Moogly.
Oh, best friend.
Wiz.
Spira and Zan got the score.
Okay. Oh my
Sitting in a
god.
tree.
Alright.
Religion.
Zan and Inspira, you guys, legends of a, legends. I think it's it's a devil. A fiend.
I think-
Sorry.
Yeah, it's a
Fiend.
fiend. Is a universal fiend.
Legend of a fiend that, legends of a fiend, birthed in the depths of hell. You know, that can sow the seeds of discord and topple empires if they so pleased. I believe that's probably as much information I can give you guys, because 15 isn't a lot for a very obscure.
Piece of knowledge.
Yeah. Well, the good news again, if he's a fiend, I'll probably be able to detect it the same way I'll figure out if he's a vampire.
Alright, that sounds pretty good.
And
So we got a
Oscar will
lead.
wave his hands towards Dimitri. And fiends are known for doing contracts a lot.
Oh. Okay. Well, sounds like you signed a weird contract, Dimitri.
I can assure you I don't know any man named, or fiend named Deimos. And if I did, I would pull him from the depths of hell right in front of me.
Okay, so
Well, dude, why don't you just bring up a fiend to help us now?
I think this is a bad idea. Just
If you
throwing that out
want,
there.
I definitely can, but
No,
I
we
need
don't,
Rowan
we
to
don't,
leave
we
the
don't.
room.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Last time we
Alright.
interacted with fiends, my best friend died. I'd rather not.
We don't. Okay, so if he's Deimos, why is he so obsessed with me?
Deimos knows a lot. And more so, he would know how to get to you.
But why?
Quite honestly, Victor, I mean nothing by this. And Aggie's gonna look around the room. You seem like the most vain of us, which is a pretty easy thing to tackle.
Wow! I vote to give Duke inspiration for
Yeah,
next.
inspiration for Duke.
I have one every campaign.
Yeah, you always somehow, like, I rarely give inspiration, and you got that. Go ahead.
Okay, so first of all, there's nothing wrong with being vain when you're
I
as
agree.
amazing as I am. Second of all, I just don't I don't see the point. Like, he's interested in the group, not me, and he's just going through me?
Just trying to pick us off one by one, I guess. I don't
Would
I'm not.
Maybe he had like a goal that you messed up back in your acting days?
Would a creature such as a Rakshasa actually want anything to do with you?
Well, I mean, we're Aggie's new group. Maybe he's just trying to take us out because he's scared of.
You guys
Well-
don't think he's after me, right? Again, I never met the man.
Agranak, you've
Rock
never met
fiend.
the man, or have you met the man? Or have you met the fiend and never realized who he was?
And you know if he
Oh,
hasn't
don't
realized.
ask me that, Dimitri. I'm a smart man, but I can't deal with that right now.
Well, let's just
What
say
if
that's
I've
the
met him and I
case.
didn't know?
Let's just say that's
Aggie's
the
gonna look
case.
around again.
I don't know about you, but I can take many forms myself. What's to say a fiend can't do the same?
It wouldn't surprise me.
And a fiend that likes to make contracts with people. What kind of contract have you ever made before you got that? And he points over to your arm.
Deals I made.
Before you got that might narrow
well-
down who this man or fiend is.
There's a deal with a drow lady to help her out. There was a deal with a succubus to give her a child, which I don't know if I did that or Jin did that.
It's very like raises an eyebrow.
Victor's
Again?
increasingly intrigued by this story.
And there was a deal with the boss that if I helped him, I wouldn't go to jail. Which is kind of how I ended up here.
Okay.
But contracts? I don't think I ever really signed anything until I got this.
And who did you sign the contract for?
Pete.
Can I take away inspiration? No, it's fine, Duke. It's fine. What's up?
Who did I make that with? That
It-
wasn't with Greld and Stagspear, was it?
You had it right. Continue.
The champion of the city at the time, a guy named Stagspear. Greldon Stagspear.
So,
Okay.
a person who has thrust himself onto power, somehow, gives you a contract that marks you, and it seems for life. And, you didn't find that odd.
That is quite weird.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Grelden seemed like kind of a like brush pushing nerd, but he's kind of goofy looking guy. I mean, he's well, I would have assumed he'd be long dead, but if he was the Stamos fellow, that makes. Ugh.
Is there a name that... Who's it called? Drake has mentioned whatsoever while talking to you.
No.
Maybe they'll give a
In
hint.
fact, you guys will be really proud of this. When he stuck his hand out to ask me to join him, I looked at it and I punched him. I punched him a lot. And he tried to do it again. And guess what I did, you guys?
Punch?
Yep.
Wait. You were with him? Like, physically with him?
Yeah.
You were in
Well,
the
you have to
warehouse,
be to
right?
punch people.
Wait. So
Yeah.
you made physical contact with him?
Yeah. I hit him a good few times.
You've got a magical tattoo punch.
I mean, my moxie does add a little bit of flair.
But he was always a projection or a specter before. So.
By the way,
you-
sorry. Duke, I think you're forgetting something too, though.
You mean Agranax forgetting something?
Yeah, no, I think Duke
Yes,
genuinely
Agranax
forgot
forgetting
something.
something.
Okay.
You
Was
want to
it-
give up your inspiration? I'll tell you.
Oh my god, that's so petty.
What? That's not
I
petty.
think- yeah, it really is because my inspiration came from slighting a fellow character.
Well, no, and I'm
Yeah.
trying to say, do you want this possible golden, maybe shiny, maybe it's just a shitty
He wants to
information?
PayPal you like $10 to get like the next 10.
It's a
Yeah.
microtransaction from the DM to you
Oh
guys,
my
and the payment
fucking
isn't
God.
inspiration.
This is a pay to win D&D campaign.
Dude,
Paying
just,
an inspiration.
We all
our
would.
followers just have to do donations or
Can you imagine?
Oh,
my
no!
God.
Who will help the questionable role models? Send $10.
Open up this part of the story for $4.99.
Oh god.
Oh my god! Can I get a season pass, please?
Those are not on the store yet. Sorry.
Damn.
All right,
Game of the Year edition. Stream of the Year edition.
guys, I'm gonna sell my inspiration for it.
Go
Fine.
sell your soul, Agranax.
Anything less is selling your inspiration and you instantly using your
Yeah, no,
inspiration.
I'm saying basically instead of rolling to remember, I'm gonna give it to you just like as if you would have used your inspiration. Are you using your inspiration to get this information? You don't need to take it, and I'm not going to tell you if you're not going to take it.
No, I want to because now I feel like it is something important that will turn the tide of this planning.
Okay,
It
cool.
better be.
He was eating eggplants.
Drake mentioned a name on who he got these powers from.
Say that one more time.
Drake mentioned a name who he got these powers from, and that name was Zim.
Did mention Zim.
Huh?
He did mention Zim.
See?
Okay, that was worth my inspiration, I promise. He mentioned, I think, someone in the city named Zim.
Who's that?
I'm gonna look at Dimitri when I say that. I want to see what his reaction.
We all just
He-
turned to Dimitri.
He's well, no. When you say that, looking at Dimitri, he's looking down and not really like. He's pretending not to be listening too much, not to focus on you guys. But when you say Zim, he kind of scoffs. Like he kind of lets out like a.
Well, speak up.
You know this fellow?
He is Creator Tybalt's personal guard.
Greater. So we found the, what is it, rat? The snake? The rat. We found the rat.
Snake rat.
He is,
The weasel.
he is
The
Creator
crow.
There we go.
Tybalt
Weasel.
Gimmelwaltz's personal guard. So a Rakshasa has implanted himself. Using a different name now.
Wait, Pete, was that one of the guys I was hanging out in the guard room?
Yeah.
Yep.
Now things from like months ago are starting to click a little.
Yeah. And Spirit's like, wait, I definitely have met him. I did not pay too much attention to because all of those guards seemed pretty lame. Stoner's sister was there.
Okay.
Well, that
So let me just piece this a bit together.
Hold
Zim.
up. Wait. Let me just throw some more pieces. If Sono's sister's there, we don't know where Sono is. Sono might have also gotten taken and replaced by this Rakshasa. There could be and Spirit just goes like, I don't like this.
So let me just piece this together. Zim is possibly, probably, a Rakshasa, a fiend. He was part of this left-hand puppeteer thing who gave power to Drake, who is actually Drake. Oh my.
And who was it that put together this event?
The creators, no?
Which creator? I know that it's a thing where
Well, I think we know now.
Okay, so Zim is Deimos,
Possibly, probably.
and Drake is Drake, but with
Yes.
powers,
Yes.
and that's why he hates me.
Yes.
Okay,
he might hate you for personal reasons. Who knows?
Drake, I know he hates me for personal reasons.
And he's just taking it out on you.
Yeah, because he's not.
This
as good
seems
as
like
me.
a really weird flex. Like he could have just killed you by now.
Yeah, well, he's a weird guy. I don't know.
Don't you know
Either.
how
He's an actor,
entertainers work?
isn't he?
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
you?
Exactly.
Don't all actors like to be flashy and dramatic and?
Very much so.
Well,
Either way, he's acting in another play. He might have all the power, but he doesn't. He has all this stuff, but someone else.
He is getting
I
played
hate
like
to,
a
I
puppet.
hate. Yep. I was going to also make a pulling the strings joke there, but
Do you
God, ugh.
Do you think he cares?
Too late.
He probably doesn't care as long as he gets what he wants.
Just like any other actors.
hey,
Rowan.
I
It's
care
very
about-
shakes your head.
I care
Rowan.
about stuff.
You're not planning on leaving to confront such dangerous individuals, are you?
No, that seems terrible. That actually seems like the worst idea.
Yeah, but
Seems like a
guess
worse
what?
idea
Who's
than I
the
did
only
yesterday.
person here that has an in with these horrible, terrible people?
Yeah.
The nicest guy you know, Agronak.
And who's to say when you come back, you're not actually Agronak, but this Rakshasa?
Dimitri, who says I'm going to come back?
But
I'm laying down some hard truths here, y'all.
oh, I thought you were trying to say something, but I realized you're just saying that you might die. That's don't say that again.
We should come up with a code word. Something he would never guess.
If he has access to mind reading spells or spellcasters that can do that, or they
Yeah.
charm Agronak, it doesn't really work.
We already know
Come
that
up with a code
Drake.
dance that no one can ever perform.
Except Aggie. Aggie, what's your signature dance?
My signature dance.
Yeah.
Y'all really want to see?
Rowan, you
Yeah.
keep idiotic.
Fire away, Aggie.
I couldn't hear what you said, Pete.
I said, Rowan, you keep idiotic company.
Dimitri, do you have any instruments in
Just
this
nods.
mansion?
Not solemnly.
No. I can materialize tables,
Can you
hallways,
materialize
beds,
a fiddle?
food, but no, I cannot materialize instruments.
Insight check.
Help you out, buddy. Yeah.
Let's
He
see.
lying.
Yeah, he definitely lied.
He got
You
fiddle
son
right
of a
there.
bitch.
And
Please,
for once he
Dimitri.
smirks. For once he smirks as he's watching you guys, realize that he's lying.
Michelle, it's fine. You can
Please.
use my instrument. I pull out my war horn. Here we go.
Oh.
Very festive tunes from the war horn.
Thanks.
Dimitri
Hold on,
takes a
now.
moment as he's about to cast something at the war horn.
Do it. Do it.
Dude,
Give me a
Dimitri,
reason.
Yeah,
What are you gonna
Dimitri
cast
don't.
on this?
No, I was actually. He's gonna cast. Can you cast polymorph on a
On an
Cast
object?
on an
Polymorph.
object?
I think true.
Yes,
Yeah,
Dimitri.
yeah, I think so too.
Well, I will play the best song I can play on this war horn for you,
Thank
Aggie.
you.
Now dance.
Hit it, Mish.
Mi-
So I rolled the 19 just to see how good I could do it.
Michelle's
But Aggie
music sucks,
essentially-
but Agronak's dancing
it's-
really well.
It's monotone music, just. So I don't know if you guys know. I don't know if you guys know this about musical instruments or like horns in general. You usually put your fist in the horn itself, so you
Yeah.
see me just.
I just imagine like, like the duding skeleton,
Yeah.
but a really shitty bassier version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, but Aggie
Oh.
is killing it somehow.
Yep.
The
Agronak's
most fun we've
Aggie,
had in a
Aggie
while,
busts
guys.
out his best Elaine Bennis dance.
Nice.
Mr. Seinfeld, if you'd like that money, you can have it. Thumbs going, legs doing something, but it's graceful and a little tribal almost.
Impressive.
All right.
Thank you.
Now we know to ask Aggie to do this dance.
But why are you actually going to go and give yourself up or try to infiltrate such things?
I mean,
What will
right
you gain
now
out
we
of it?
we hopefully we win. Hopefully we get the city back. Hopefully don't die.
Not to rain on your parade or your dance, or dissuade you in any way, but all of our other allies that fought the dragons are presumably no more. Fun little fact, I forget if I got to include that yet. There's a lot of heavy stuff being dropped. I don't necessarily think, unless you have like I know you've been the master of winging it, but unless you have like an actual solid plan, Agronak, I definitely think you're just marching to get slaughtered, and I don't think we can afford to lose any more allies.
That's true, I think.
I know,
What
Duke. I know
is
you're.
the difference in marching to my slaughter to give myself to the puppeteers, opposed to the slaughter that would come when we walk right into the... It's called a parhelion, correct?
Parhelion is the name of the floating island.
When we walk into the parhelion, the
Oh.
place that Drake Action has taken over, taken all the magic artifacts, and essentially made his home fortress.
Well, we now have a little bit more information on our side as to how he got his power, and there are.
Yeah.
If you go in by yourself, there's one person that punches really hard. If you go in with people, there's at least, by my count, 3 people who punch hard, plus spellcasters, stabby people, blasty people, smashy people. One of the people who hits hard also smashes hard, as in spirit gestures towards Oscar.
Right on.
There's strength in numbers.
Yes.
There's a time for
Subtle.
subterfuge,
Subterfuge.
and there's
Subterfuge.
and
Submarines.
there's time to go in with your numbers, and I think this is a numbers game.
So
So, question: if we see, was it Zane or Zame?
Zim,
Zim?
Zan, Zim. Don't
Zan?
confuse them.
Zim? Okay. If we do see Zim, and he's there, do we even fight him?
I would keep it low profile for now because we know something he doesn't.
Sure.
So what plan are we going with here? Because every plan we've talked about has been shot down by Bird Boy over here,
You must
and
not
now we're
give
going
up.
back to the original plan that Bird Boy dismissed, but now he wants. I don't understand. We've been talking in circles for like 10 minutes.
I
Well,
was gonna
either
say, to get to the king, you must knock down its pieces.
Oh,
Jesus
dear.
Christ.
no, but this is technically your plan from before Zan. We just thought we were just dealing with Drake.
Just Drake.
If
Now
we
we
can-
know he's a pawn.
He's a pawn. We were trying to disarm a pawn. Now we're trying to disarm a king, which still has a very heavily armored pawn.
I was going to say, like, don't dismark or forget that the pawn did many things to us in the past
Yes.
48 hours.
Okay.
Well, if we have some kind of a locate object spell, could we maybe try and find those amulets that Drake probably has on his deck when we're up in the fortress?
Yeah, that could lead us right to him. If they're on him.
If
Maybe Zim has him.
Or Zim, yeah. Yeah, either one.
and also with, I mean, we're still going to have to deal with Drake today in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Which I think is a more. We can perhaps roll around what we're going to do up there once we figure out how we get through today.
I could try to sweet talk him, say that, oh no, Victor has an ouchie and he won't be able to fight. And just make it seem like Victor's like weak or whatever, and say that at least
Still
tomorrow.
we haven't healed yet. We need more time.
You
Yeah.
know, this,
But the thing is, we have to make it look like Victor is weak in the sense so that we can be like, oh yeah, he'll get stronger or whatever tomorrow. Because
if he's a coward, that might not work. I mean, don't get me wrong. He's cocky.
Just
he likes
stroke
to
his
be
ego.
considerate.
Yeah.
Make him, yeah. Listen to him. Yeah.
Oh, I know that you don't want to fight someone who's at their lowest point. You want to fight someone who's strong, so you can
Yeah.
best them.
You should definitely put some underhand jabs like, oh, I know you wouldn't want to fight Victor when he's so weak like this. I mean, it wouldn't be a challenge,
They
and
wouldn't prove anything.
everyone might say that you're actually a wimp or something. I mean, if you throw those in, there's little backhanded compliments that might go to him, but he is a wimp, so
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
be careful.
Keep in mind, I have 30 words.
Well, I'm
Unless I do this
worried-
multiple times.
almost broke his wrist opening a door.
Let me get this straight with y'all real quick. So the plan of subterfuge and illusion brought on through the connection of the puppeteer's tattoo
Yes.
is a worse plan than, oh, Victor's sick. He can't fight today.
We're just trying to buy ourselves.
We need time for
Time?
tomorrow.
we just need
This
one
man
day.
can come in here today.
This building that you are in, the mansion you are in, should be ending in 4 more hours.
Can you make a new one?
I can, but if I do, I'm sure they'll find us.
Oh.
There's people who found a door and have been knocking, wondering what it is outside.
Well, ignore them.
Yes, we'll ignore them until we're jetted out of the mansion and surrounded by all of Drake's forces.
And
Dragons breathing down on
where
us.
do you want us to go then? You wanted the day. Stop
I
being
want
an
to
asshole.
say, you guys get me that day, however you see fit.
We could try and track down our presumably dead comrades. The bodies get
Yeah.
moved.
That's probably a great idea.
Okay.
If we're running around the city causing chaos that way. I mean, I've already knocked out one gnome in the past 24 hours.
I've
a
knocked
few others.
out a human.
Okay, my concern is that Drake is going to come looking for me.
I mean,
Oh,
he
that's
probably knows where
fine.
to go.
Yes.
He does it all the
Yeah.
time.
We could lead them
Now-
around.
So we're just
Now if-
gonna wander around, wreak havoc.
With a purpose. I can try and track our friends.
Yes, I
and-
know, but our plan is just to.
If you really want me to, I could possibly. Whoever is noble or don't want to hear about me stealing stuff, just plug your ears right now. I could possibly, like, go into a magic shop, steal some scrolls. There's this cool spell called non-detection.
Mhm.
What it allows you to do is, if people try to magically find you, they're unable to do it.
Okay, that sounds good. Why do you have to steal them?
Because I don't want to buy them.
Score.
Can't argue with that, I guess. All right.
Regardless, if we are on the move, it's almost like we're playing keep away with Victor as the thing we're keeping away from Drake.
Victor's
Even if he
the,
comes at us, he's gonna have to deal with all of us.
Victor's the cat, you're the mouse. Or at least his claws the whole city.
Drake is the cat.
Yes,
Drake is the
Drake
cat,
is the
Victor's
cat.
the mouse.
Okay.
And you
And
just
we are-
need to buy me a day. I'm sure with all your power and might that I'm sure I've seen at one point, you can manage that.
Okay. Fine, we'll try it. And I'd also like to mention to everyone, please stop mixing up our names. I'm so much better looking than that asshole.
You are.
Thank you.
I say,
I agree.
Thank
I would say, I don't care. I really have to call it now. I
Okay.
need to get 3 hours of sleep at
And
least.
this is
so-
actually a good part to stop because we know the plan. You guys are
Yeah.
gonna confront Victor, and then
Yeah,
Drake.
you guys are gonna
I'm
confront.
so much better looking than him.
Sorry, you guys are gonna confront Drake, and then you
Deja.
guys are going to lead him on a merry chase, or maybe fight him, but somehow buy time. That's
Yep.
At least we know that, and then once that's over, we know that you'll have a way to get onto the Parhelion to deal with him personally.
Yep.
Okay, so our plan is essentially a chase scene from Scooby-Doo, where like we're going into different rooms and he's coming out of a different room. And...
Do you have a problem?
I
Or
don't have
better
a problem.
idea?
I'm just clarifying.
I mean,
this
if
is
you-
our plan.
I mean,
yes?
if you guys have a better idea, by all
of
means.
course not.
If we have a week to ruminate on it, I
Yeah,
think
you guys
that-
could think
Yeah.
about a plan in a week, but this is the current plan, and I'll think about it. I'll think that this is the plan for now, okay?
Okay.
And then
Okay.
make a map accordingly. I'm not
That
gonna make a
works.
giant city though. Like, if you guys leave the said map without like fighting a bit before you do so, then that's the
Hey
case.
guys, I've been thinking about this. How about we just ignore Drake and just go elsewhere? Fuck this city.
Let's take ourselves and move them elsewhere. Anyways, I really gotta bounce.
All right.
So
Okay.
See you, Ian.
Bye,
Thank
Ian.
you all
Bye,
for
Ian.
watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. We're questionable role models. We'll be back next week with more. And one news before you go, Ian. What are you going to be doing in the first week, Friday of November?
That is a questionable role model watchers. Have you ever been watching questionable role models and wished I like this, but I wish it was completely different.
Yeah, but
Well-
I don't like the DM.
I have some great
Wish we
news
had
for
another
you.
DM.
I have some great news from you. Due to I guess a series of poor decisions on my part, I've decided to volunteer to run a special Halloween one-shot. I've been trying to figure out how to phrase this for a while, but this is in no way sponsored by this group I'm about to do a shout out for, but as I'm a big fan of this little group called Dungeon in a Box, and they recently started doing these things called Wondrous One Shots. And their first one it's my physical possession, but I have online documents of it. It's called All Souls Night. It's gonna be spooky, maybe. I still think horror is really best done when it's with character development. So it's gonna be weird. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be goofy. It's gonna be a chance for Pete to play what Pete likes to play. He gets to
That's
be a
good.
player. I get to learn how to run Roll20, and maybe I'll actually try to make a map other than the ones that they've sent.
Okay.
What's up? What's up, Duke? I see your finger.
Will this session be any longer than our normal ones, considering it's a one shot and like
We could do a 2-shot
Yeah.
if we really want to finish it.
If it comes down to it, I think we need to talk logistics on it. I think it should take between 3 to 4 hours to complete, depending on things. So, my biggest worry is you guys are just gonna blow through it real quick, and then we can all just sit together and eat candy or something.
That's
You
what
know,
roleplay
I'm
is for.
fine. I'm fine
Social
with that.
eating.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
That's
It might go quick, it might not. That's why I might not actually make maps. There might be some theater of the mind stuff because random encounters. If you guys are going too quick, just throw some of them at you.
and
If you
that's
guys are
gonna
going
happen
too
when?
slow, that's going to be happening November 1st on Friday.
Yeah.
I don't know about you
First.
guys, but I will be dressing up as my character.
Oh, same.
Oh my god.
Same.
I
I'm
wish
very-
I could dress up. As
I will be
character.
very in character.
I might be dressed up as Yoshikage Kira, so
You know what?
probably
I'll-
not because
I'll try
I'm
to
not gonna
dress
wear
up.
I'm not gonna wear a suit on stream because I sit on a bed on the floor. So. Anyway, so that'll be then. Mark your calendars. Come and watch me learn how to roll 20. It's going to be a great experience,
I hope so.
for better or for worse.
Yeah. I have all the faith in you, Ian. And I'm looking forward to. I get to be a player for once. Oh my god, it's
Yeah.
been years.
It's gonna be.
Alright.
It'll
It has
be.
not been years.
Basically, been years. All right. I never get to play as a player. But either way, I'm, well, I really don't have the time to play.
I'm just saying, it hasn't been years.
I know.
We're playing with us.
Anyway, all of that aside, it'll be fun for me to try DMing on a new medium. I already run 3 games.
Yay.
Sometimes 4, although that one's been on hiatus for a while. So it'll be fun. It'll be nice for me to stretch my legs, and maybe this will finally inspire me to do Roll20 games in the future.
All right.
So
Yay.
get ready and get ready to be spooked.
Spook.
Question mark.
It might just turn into like more of a horror comedy.
I
Honestly,
think
at
it's
this
gonna be a
point.
goof fest, personally.
It's gonna be a goof fest.
But a spoopy goof.
Yeah, a spooked,
Yeah.
a spoopy goof fest. All right. Thank you guys for watching us,
A
Questionable
spoopy
Bottles.
goof fest.
We'll be back next Friday on the 18th. Unfortunately, Duke will not be able to join us. I get that he tried to write his character out, but I'm gonna say no, not yet. We'll see how it goes, though. Thank you all for watching. We'll be back. Bye.
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 Alright, guys. I'll talk to you later this week.
All right.
Later, Ian.
Oh,
Bye.
Ian. Yeah, what you guys think? That was
I
a lot of
enjoyed it.
world building, more than I thought.
Guys, let me learn more about the puppeteer. I'm saying this out of character because I love the puppeteers as bad guys. I just want to know about them.
Well, if you think about it, we're only really after Drake. Zim could just be like a side thing where it's like,